All right. We wake up on the second day of the second year here at Strixhaven. And it's not the first night that you guys have slept away, but it is the first night that you have slept away from each other, uh, with the knowledge that going forward that will be the norm. Uh, you will not have the same sort of company that you have had over the last year, but your bonds still, I feel like, hold strong. Even going forward into this new year when you are surrounded by new people. Motiva, let's start with you. What do you do first thing in the morning in your new dorm?
She is getting ready. She is fixing up her hair, uh, trying to gasp, not make it so choppy, uh, and doing
Hmm.
her makeup.
Doing her makeup.
And as agreed upon with Killian, the door is open.
Awesome. So you go to start getting ready and you start going to do your makeup. Do you style your hair any particular way today?
I think she's gonna go for a fancy like braid, like the braids that start at the crown of the head and they go all the way down.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
Fishtail?
yes. Yeah,
Fishtail.
Oh,
fishtails. Yeah, so you can go ahead and do that. You honestly can make your hair do that itself even as you are doing your makeup, though occasionally you have to kind of tighten a bit here, help a bit here, as your hair doesn't fully have manual dexterity yet. But you can get most of the work going. Multitasking. Um, and in the middle of you getting ready, you also, as agreed upon, hear a person go to enter the bathroom kind of cautiously. As Killian goes to one of the ends of the sink opposite you, in front of the mirrors and the windows, and goes to start doing his hair. He does have the air of like a cat that could easily be spooked right now. Um, but he seems to be doing his morning routine alongside you.
Motiva actually won't bother him. She's gonna be the better person and she's gonna try to not spook him. Uh, I think the most she'll do is like give a good morning, but immediately like go back to giving herself a smoky eye and not a house fire.
Definitely. So you guys brush your teeth, wash your face, do makeup if you have it, style your hair, and by the end of it, Killian goes to give you sort of a nod and leaves you to your peaceful morning before your classes. Um, And with that, we go over to Felin. What do you think you're doing first thing in the morning? You're on Prismari still, I assume.
yes, I slept over there. I think Felina's gonna give herself an easy morning. Uh, I think because I feel like normally with whenever she trances, she gets up really early and starts being busy, busy, busy. But I think today she's just letting herself stay laid down in bed for a while.
Yeah, she deserves it, honestly.
hmm but otherwise, she will go through her normal routine of putting the hair, the headdress, getting the face fresh.
Yeah. You spend your morning kind of trying to slow down. Elaney having like an arm and a leg kind of thrown over you as they sprawl out. I feel like they sleep really akimbo, and you can tell it's because they're used to sleeping in a place where they can just like float around. You know what I mean? Um, but eventually, you all get up and you all go about your morning routines. Elenia's is short as is expected when your body's made up of 100% water instead of 80% water. Um, But Nefei has a pretty elaborate get-ready routine and talks excitedly to you about the coming day. And before you guys split off, Nefei would sternly scold you to don't be a stranger.
Oh, I owe her breakfast.
Yeah, you do.
Extra breakfast, because we get the one free meal, but still.
Yes. Hell yeah. If you want to go to breakfast with them, you definitely can. I was definitely going to ask if you guys wanted to like meet up or do anything specifically in that segment of time before classes, because you have about an hour after you're ready generally to kind of do stuff.
I think that would be kind of cute.
You want to meet up and have breakfast with me and Nefei?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slay. I think Eleni definitely would come with you. If no other reason, just to try a novel drink. And you guys head over to the Fire Jolt Cafe, one of your staples in the last year. And you go, and it is busy. The campus is filled to the brim with chattering excitement. First years alongside fresh second years, peppered between upperclassmen getting ready to wrap up their own journeys. And you go in, and you are used to being greeted by the sight of Mina behind the bar, but you actually see Alina, the elven manager, the cafe, behind the bar instead today. And by the time you kind of like wait in line and sidle up, she gives you a bright smile and says, "Morning, recruits. What can I get you?"
Oof, excuse me. I gotta get the menu again.
And you can check it now.
No.
I will say the tab on the thing does not have menu in it for me, but I do still have the original one.
No, you get back over here.
Ah.
I'm beaming it into your brain.
Because the tab is there, but it doesn't have info in it right now.
Oh, no, it's over here on the Fire Jolt map.
Wait. Oh! I was at the wrong thing!
Yes, I'm so sorry. Those
No,
tabs
you're
will be if
okay.
I had information describing it, but the menu is on the actual map.
Slay.
If I remember right, the food is free the first time.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Because we get a free breakfast and dinner.
Yes.
Yar. So Falin is offering that if any of these three would like something extra, she will pay for it.
Yeah, I can totally pay for myself, you know?
As you guys go to order stuff, you can definitely pick out what exactly you guys get. But I actually, on the topic of that, Alina would wave a hand and say, "Oh, nobody's paying for anything today."
Oh, that's right. You don't make people pay on the first day.
It's true. It's a little gift, you see. I let my star employee have a rest day, and we like to do our specials every once in a while. Make you guys feel appreciated.
Someone's gonna turn to Nefei and say, "Well, I guess I will treat you another time."
She kind of gives you a grin and says, "Don't worry, I won't let you forget it."
I think Motiva is going to get a Dawn's Breath and some bone broth.
Bone broth. I love that guy. Play. You definitely can do that. I think that Eleni gets a fizzy pop, and I think Nefay is gonna get a long strider.
Nefay seems like they'd get along, Strider.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's magic. It literally makes you run faster.
Fun will get a rock and omelet. And a rise and shine.
All right.
Oh my god, we could have gotten the Fire Jolt latte and gotten a resistance for fire for the first day for free.
It's true. And you can get a long strider, which raises your speed.
I don't know if Motiva would like either of those though. I made Motiva a water girly.
I know. It's true. You don't
What
have
means
to.
a
It's
water
just a
girly.
thing.
Yeah. No, I have to stand by what I said.
All right, you get a bone broth.
Bone broth.
Slay, yeah, you guys go and you guys get your meals. And I assume you go to sit down to enjoy them before the busy school day.
Ah.
I am bringing sister with you.
Thank you.
She's at a chair.
Sitting in the toddler's chair.
Yeah, she is.
Well, for little guys.
Kin.
All right. Yeah, you guys have a great breakfast together. If there's anything you guys want to talk about with either each other or Nefay and Eleni, they are there. But whenever you're done with that, we can segment over to the actual classes. It's whatever you want to do.
I think Flynn is going to ask Motiva about her dorm and how she's settling into it.
That's very subtle of you, Sarah.
I know.
Motiva would actually say that it actually went really well. I thought that having a roommate would be really abrasive, but only having one is really nice. I feel really bad for Giselle because she has like 3 other roommates, and I don't. Grayson was going to have 3 other roommates, but he cheated his way out of it. He's rooming with Mina. I know. It's very subtle.
Nefay is just like,
Yeah, no. Motiva points her fork over it. Yeah, no, it's very subtle, isn't it?
Men always think they're subtle.
He definitely thinks he is. I don't think he's slick enough for Mina or me, though. Motiva's gonna look to Flynn, and she's gonna say, "How's your roommates? Wow."
Well, they're very nice, actually. I got to speak with them. I'm sharing a floor with Chad and Sadwin.
Oh, maybe you can chat up Selwyn more. We've never really got the chance to talk to them.
Yes, I would like to. I also got to meet Zamone, who is incredibly intelligent.
The whiz kid?
Yes.
That's what Chad called her.
It
She
is an
seems-
accurate description.
You know, you'd think we'd hear more about kids like that who come in whenever they're really young.
You're not wrong, but how many students are here?
Well, I don't mean to make a discriminatory comment, but I think if this stopped becoming an adult's zone, I would have an aneurysm. Personally.
I think
So
Nefay agrees.
yeah.
Nefay is like, if I had to worry about teeny boppers running around.
Because you have to be careful around kids, and then you also can't be mad at kids, and they tear through your things. My sister just got out of her terrible tweens. I can't deal with it. I can't do it again. She can't. Oh, go ahead.
I think Eleni speaks up. I think Eleni would say, how do I word this?
Word it good, son.
Do humans generally act different when they're younger?
Yes, extremely. I'm guessing you came out the Cabbage Patch with a fully functioning mind and body.
Oh, well, I didn't come out of a cabbage patch. But
The brain.
this is how I was made.
Then yes, humans and most other creatures, I assume. She like kind of looks to Nefay and Fallen like, yes,
Yes.
God, yes.
Most
yes.
species have a developmental process.
It's the price to pay for living a long life, apparently.
Oh, how long do you live?
I was supposed to live to maybe 80.
That's not very long at all.
Don't worry, it's been rectified. I'm now effectively live maybe as long as Flynn.
Oh, congratulations.
Are
They're very earnest about it.
lady, you can't just say that. Motiva just kind of points and she says, Ashan's gonna live that long. Adon Kai will too. Chad, I think.
Really?
I'm maybe.
Also, are we talking about how long I will live in this body, or?
See, because you're an exception to this rule. And she like throws down her fork and she says, your nonsense means that you're effectively immortal.
Only a little.
Only a little. I only defied the laws of life and sanctity to casually gather all the knowledge I could.
Well, is
Eleni,
it- is it
multiple
really defying
lifetimes.
if it is the divine right of your deity?
I think it's very impressive.
Thank you.
See,
Thank you, darling.
you can be impressed. Motiva pointing. It might be the divine right of your deity, but everybody doesn't have it. So it's not all that inherent to people, is what I'm saying.
That's fair.
I don't imagine everybody where you're from gets this right, even if they follow the Luxon.
That is correct.
That's how it is. This is a special thing that you chose to pick up on because she muscles with her hand an insane bloodlust for knowledge, Falin.
Is that a bloodlust?
Do-
Is it a bloodlust if it's not for blood?
I mean, Falin has done desecration of the catacombs of Strixhaven in order to get a hold of knowledge. I'm not gonna back down.
Wait, you
Yeah,
did
I
what?
think there is a bloodlust.
Both Nefay and Eleni are like, wait, you did what?
Oh, nothing. Don't worry about it. You'll figure that out when you're older.
It's fine. It was nothing. I returned the box.
Nefay gets really close to you and stares at you.
See, she passes off as if she's a good girl, but no, she's a freak.
You know, you're alright.
You gotta let people know your weird sides, Falin. It really helps to bring you down to the people level. Sometimes you don't have to be a mom.
Would it make you happy to know then that in my youth I did my fair share of property damage back home.
What kind of property damage?
Breaking and entering. A bit of what is it? Painting things. That should
Graffiti?
not be paint. Yes.
Casual. But I appreciate it. Motiva points to Nefei. Okay, where's your criminal record?
Oh, I don't have one.
What the hell?
And
Okay.
only fools incriminate anything else.
Very
Okay.
smart.
Okay. Okay.
But I appreciate the dirt on you and also on Grayson.
She fucking wiggles an arm around. Grayson could use some dirt, honestly. If he gets to write the gossip column, he gets to have a little gossip about himself, to be fucking honest.
I agree. Well, let's just say it's nice to have ammo. If he's annoying me too much, doesn't
he
have to stay
annoying you?
behind his back. Oh God, yes.
What?
He's so
Rigid?
traditional.
Mm.
He's traditional until it doesn't serve him to be.
God, I wish that was Motiva. Motiva, straight-faced. You're so right, bestie.
I bet you know. That was me, not Nefei.
Yeah.
Um,
Don't worry. Motiva just straight-faced, just like, you're so right, though, bestie.
But I mean, he's fine. The club is fine. I'm probably gonna stay in it, but we have very different opinions on how to run a business.
Does his involve 15 block parties, 90 hookers, and some champagne?
God, it would make the club meetings a lot more interesting. I feel like you can't find a single hooker around here.
Haha.
Yes, Motiva.
She's an escort, not a hooker.
Fair enough.
Motiva kind of just nods and she says, well, you're on Prismari. Try a little harder.
I think that's her in character. I think that she finds that really funny. I think the really funny thing about this conversation in particular is I know at least 3 of the 4 people here would do sex work. And maximum all 4 could.
Winky face.
Anyways. This group, why are there no hookers? They are the hookers.
Yeah. Where's the whores? They are the whores.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's up?
Motiva's gonna look to Eleni. So tell me about Flynn.
So, sorry, go ahead.
Flynn looking confused and just muttering, I'm not here.
So tell me about Flynn.
Eleni is about to put hands on the table. Literally Flynn is within frame of view and is immediately gonna start gushing about Flynn. I think that some of the things would be like, oh my god, she's so smart, she's so intuitive, she helps me with so many things, she's beautiful. I think it's Eleni, so some of them might get explicit, which is really funny to me.
Motiva with a peaceful smile while Eleni just has a fucking beep, 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 beep,
Beep beep
beep,
beep 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 beep.
beep.
And she looks so cute when I beep 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 beep.
Fallen just blushing and just staring tunnel vision at her food while she eats.
I love it. You're not even stopping them. Yes, that's awesome. Yeah. But I think what's really cute to me about like man, if I had known you were gonna ask this, Eleni, I could have written entire paragraphs. I think it is obvious in how Eleni talks to you specifically, Motiva, that Eleni holds Falin in really high regard, and I think that that's really cute.
That is quite cute. Motiva is gonna get to the end of that, not interrupting Eleni ever, and is gonna look to Nefei, and she's gonna just look, and she says, "There's gonna be a sock on that door every day."
Fair enough. I'm sure they can find some other unoccupied corners.
I have a solo room now.
Will you find an unoccupied space? Eleni, tell me about it. I'm sure you've talked about it with Falin. She's a very thorough planner.
Oh, this conversation is so funny. Oh, this conversation is so funny because Eleni loves to fool around in public anyway. Eleni would be like, "Oh, there's a lot of places that don't have too many people around, like the baths. You know, an Opus Walk, the observatory.
The Opus Walk.
Yeah.
That's broad fucking daylight.
No, there's a lot of stuff out there. Like there's like waterfalls and stuff.
Oh, behind the waterfall, I get it.
Behind
Mhm.
things.
Motiva takes out her phone.
I don't think Eleni is saying straight up like this is like everywhere we've christened the campuses or anything, but I think Eleni is like being like outright like, oh well, like these places work just fine.
Motiva's making a list of places to not go when I know Eleni and Falin are there. Heart emoji.
Sorry if this is embarrassing to Sarah or Falin. Eleni's just like this.
Sarah is loving it. Falin is flustered, but she isn't doing anything.
Nice.
Motiva will put her phone away. Go ahead.
I have to be right back. I have to take care of dogs.
That's so fair. I'm gonna
Dogs.
use this chance to pee. I'm pausing. Being live. Here we go. Slay. So if there's anything else you guys would like to talk about here, class is soon. And we can go do that.
Slay.
Slay! Sorry, we're triangulating the tokens.
That's cute. Triangulation.
Triangulate.
Oh, it's making my head hurt.
The Bermuda Triangle.
We can get started on classes. Sorry.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna pause really quick and move around the backdrop and stuff, but we're gonna start with the win. We're back. So, Falin,
Hello!
you go on over to your class. You say goodbye to your friend, your lover, and your lover's roommate. After a very, if a bit, embarrassing breakfast. Still fun nonetheless. It's always fun, I think, for you to be able to have like girl talk as somebody who has, kind of a juggling of the wise parent archetype and the unruly teen. It's really satisfying, I feel like, to have conversations like that sometimes.
Oh yeah.
And you teleport on over to Quandrix, which is your main campus now. You guys can go over to the central campus whenever you want, but that will no longer be your main hub. Um, and it kind of washes over you as you kind of walk around this campus that you guys didn't technically go to all that often in your first year. As you hurry on over to Taurus Hall um, to go to the classroom that you were indicated for your assignments. Um, and it's a very small room. Strixhaven has a lot of students, but you guys, each year, um, like the amount of applicants has to get separated into 5 colleges, so there are far fewer new students at this class in particular than you were ever used to in first year functions, as there's maybe 15
Oh.
in this room.
Oh,
Good?
you cut out for me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Where did you lose me?
It was a small classroom. I haven't been to this campus a lot.
Basically I was basically going on about how like there's a lot of students every year, sure, but they just got segmented it into like the other colleges. So this room has like a much smaller group than anything you were ever used to in first year functions, as it's like a group of like maybe 15 people.
Oh.
And the only people you recognize are the 2 other people that you knew of note that got chosen to go into Quandrix. So you see Chad going to sit down at a table kind of in the middle of the classroom. And you see Selwyn kind of hanging near the door deliberating on like where to sit. And you see that she's kind of biting her nails a little bit.
Philin will raise a hand and try to get someone's attention.
1 second. I think by the time you start moving in their periphery, I feel like their eyes kind of go to like dart over to you in this sort of like wide saucer kind of stare almost. They are still biting at their nails a little bit.
Philin will wave a hand in an attempt to offer to come sit next to her.
Roll me a diplomacy.
Wow. 13 plus 9. Math. 22.
I think she looks almost more scared at the offer. But she kind of ends up taking her hand from her mouth and like wiping it off on the side of her uniform. And I think that she will go. And I would love to ask, do you think you're sitting next to Chad, or do you think you're sitting like at the front, or do you think you're sitting in the back? Like, what do you think you're doing?
I think she'd sit next to Chad.
Yeah, so you guys end up sitting in a little cluster together. You in the middle, and then on both sides, Chad and Selwyn. And Chad is like, wow, I wonder what they're gonna make us like do. Like, we just joined.
I don't really know. I imagine the majority of the information we would need would have been in all those pamphlets.
No kidding. I heard people talking about how like there's like a big assignment we're gonna have to do.
Ooh.
I think that's like what the second years like said last year, and I was talking to like a third year yesterday when we were getting settled in, and I think like all of the years do like a different thing.
That'll be fun though. Exciting.
And as you guys are sort of chit chatting, you see a mage hand go to come and sort of like knock on the like big like chalkboard in front of y'all in this sort of like small classroom. As the doors open and your 2 instructors come in, and you realize that you have never seen these 2 people in the same room except for the one time you had a class with both of them. As you see, Ibrahim the blue dean of Quandrix, the Owlin, the vexing one that gave you the test with the unsolvable problem just to see if you could. And Kian, the older elf woman, dressed in green, who's the green dean of Quandrix, sort of coming in. And Ibrahim goes to start sort of like writing a couple equations on the blackboard, while Kian goes to address you all and says, "Welcome, new students and Quandrix hopefuls. I'm very excited to get a glimpse at the new prospects that we will be adding to our colleges and the bright minds that we'll be able to converse with and connect to make further advancements in our own learning. Some teachers or upperclassmen from other colleges, some other deans, maybe might not feel the same as I do. But I think even the most storied scholar can learn something from a fresh mind. But you all don't need introductions. You picked Quandrix for a reason. So this class is meant to be short, as we are to introduce to you your assignments. The first 2 weeks before picking classes is sort of used for each year to get situated in what the year will bring for them. And for you all, it will be getting situated in your college, figuring out some of your paths in study. More serious decisions will come down the line, but this assignment, I feel like, really encapsulates what we want to see from you. And we want you to go forward in it with the spirit of setting the tone for the rest of your years here in Quandrix. And she goes to look back at the blackboard, and you see there's sort of like these equations that seem almost like idly drawn on this blackboard until Ibrahim gives sort of a sigh and looks back to the group and says, "You will have 2 weeks to cite and source and explain your assignment and your... It's not really a thesis, but if I had to call it anything, it would be, is... and you see he goes to write 3 words on the chalkboard, and that's it. And he underlines each word. Show your work. And he turns to the class and he says, "You have 2 weeks to explain to me and to my fellow dean why you belong here, why you picked to be here, and why you think that this is the right choice for you. Preferably with sources and actual explanations. Everyone here is here because they wanted to or it felt right. But feelings don't prove a hypothesis. So, show us your work." "Good luck, and we'll see you in 2 weeks." And he immediately packs up and leaves. Kian kind of stays behind and gives a bit of a laugh and looks at the group. If you have any questions or if you need any support, you guys do have access now to both of your counselors. And if you just need more iteration, I am here to answer any questions or offer any help. But do keep in mind that this is a very unguided assignment. We want as crystallized a viewing of your academic pursuits and the way that you analyze things around you. And maybe even your experiments, if you have any. A hypothesis is always better with an experiment. And that's the class, bestie.
Wow.
Flynn, what are you doing? How are you thinking?
She's writing notes furiously, and is already trying to concoct how she can scientifically prove without, like, in pure fucking fact, why Quandrix is the college for her.
Slay. I think since you're in a group with both of them, I think like Chad looks particularly like gobsmacked at like the idea of like something like this. But he goes to like kind of idly talk to you about like, oh my god, this is so weird. And like I guess we have 2 weeks, you know, blah 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 blah. Selwyn sat next to you, but Selwyn isn't really talking to you, and you feel like she doesn't have like any papers in front of her. Uh, she's not vomiting or dying, but she is kind of doing 1,000-yard stare, and you can if you look over at her, you kind of see her eyes kind of like moving back and forth, almost in a way. Hold on, I have to roll something for you.
Oh.
Okay, Slade, yeah. Almost in a way that you see people doing when they're sort of like reading or trying to think. It's almost like a scanning motion with her mind, but she doesn't go to make a move to like leave until y'all do, if that makes sense. But she's kind of thinking to herself, and Chad is kind of chit-chatting with you while you do this.
I think for now, Philin will leave Selwyn to the thinking. We can't interrupt the process. And is going to talk to Chad about if he has any idea on how, like, any ideas on how one would go about doing this assignment, and we'll try to share her own ideas.
I think Chad's idea on how to do this assignment is kind of a really basic way to do it, but like trying to talk only in facts, even if it's a fact about yourself, could be like a way that he thinks he's going to go about it. And he would be kind of embarrassed to talk about it, but he would like explain like I mean, I feel like I have like a good enough basis, because the reason why I picked Quandrix is because when we were talking to Jadzi, you know, she made some really good points about what she thought I was meant to do. So like maybe something along the lines of that?
I think that's a pretty solid ground. I mean,
Solid enough, you know?
solid enough at the very least. And even if it's not, it is a good jumping off point.
Yeah.
I'm trying to...
Do you think we get in trouble if we fail this?
I don't think we'll get in trouble. I do think, as they said, trying to think of it as setting the tone, so to speak.
You see him kind of nod thoughtfully. Sorry, you can go ahead and say your thing.
Oh, Flynn was gonna kind of think aloud and say, I'm liking the idea of an experiment, and I don't know how I would make this work, but if I wanted to prove that of all the campuses, Quandrix was the one, perhaps running a little simulation with the other campuses to prove why it wouldn't be a good fit.
Oh, that sounds fun. Kinda. Like trying out the campus culture and the philosophy of the colleges or something.
Yes. I would have to think about details. I don't know for sure that I'm going to do that, but it's good to think.
You're a smart kid, so like I think you can figure it out. Oh wait, I guess
you
you're
are
not.
a smart kid too.
I was about to say I guess I can't call you a smart kid considering you're older than me by a lot.
Kids at heart.
You're a smart cookie.
Oh, thank you.
But yeah, you guys just have this kind of moment hanging out until you go your separate ways. But I'm gonna
Cool.
go over to Motivas. I'm gonna pause really quick and then I'll get everything situated. And we are live. Motiva.
Hi.
You separate from your old roommate and the two people that she crashed with last night. And you go over to Silverquill campus, and you have the same sort of realization that Flynn did earlier, where you realize that this is your base of operations now. This is where you're going to dedicate a lot of your time to. And you guys might go to the central campus for food and drinks. You might visit the first years. You might go to the biblioplex, but this is your home for all intents and purposes now for the next couple years. You're
Nice.
surrounded by some of the people that you met or saw whenever you were dealing with your dorm layout situation. And you come over to Grand Loft Hall, and you go to the classroom that you also were designated. And similarly to what I told Philin, the group is a lot smaller than any of the groups you had in the first year because of the fact that all of the first years got segmented into 5 different places. You, in particular, have a class of about 25, which is a bit more than Quandrix. But you recognize your 2 besties, Aurora and Giselle, roll up. And also Disra. Oh yes, 3 besties, Slay. So there's 4 of you.
Not gonna lie, Motiva's gonna stick by them.
100%. I think Giselle is already sticking by Aurora, and Disra is kind of excitedly riding in the air to talk to both of them. And when you roll up, they all look different levels, but definitely very clearly. What is this?
What?
Oh, it was an ad. Sucks. There's ads on this video. I have to find a new one.
You want to pause?
God, that scared me. Oh, but they all look different levels, but they all are very clearly excited to see you because you're actually kind of friends with all 3 of them, actually.
Girl Squad.
Girl Squad.
Citation.
Yeah. But you guys kind of chit-chat. Is there anything that you say to them?
I think Motiva's actually going to sign to Disra because I don't think Giselle and Aurora can sign. She's gonna sign and be like, "Are these 2 like doing okay?"
I think Disra looks honestly kind of endeared and amused by the question and says, I think that she says, based on everything, I think Aurora is doing okay. Giselle seems in high spirits, which is really nice. I was a little worried about her.
I was really worried too. I am a bit bitter that Grayson switched rooms, so she's with 2 people she doesn't know, but I think it's good for her to have more friends. She does a flourish on the word friends.
Well, she has us, and at least she has a room with all girls. You know her. I feel like she would have been more embarrassed to share a room with a boy.
It's true, but Grayson's a dog 90% of the time.
He's a dog all of the time. If you want my opinion.
Look at his columns.
But what can you expect? Silverquills are like that.
Yeah, I'm learning that very quickly.
She goes to kind of pat you on the shoulder and give you a squeeze, and says, "We're in it together, though."
Yeah, I'm happy to have friends here. And Motiva will wait for instruction. She will give Giselle a pat on the head.
Yeah.
Pat, pat.
I think Giselle, as you do that, would kind of flusteredly push your hand off and go to straighten her hair. It's gotten a little bit longer, actually, over the past year. She hasn't immediately cut it super short. So it's a bit unruly with her curls. But she goes to kind of ask excitedly if plans for fishing later are like still on. But before you have a chance to respond is whenever the doors go to kind of open, these big double doors at the entrance of the room. As you also see the deans that you saw last year. You see the white, snowy feathers of the Owlin Shale, and you see the father of your roommate, Ambrose Slew. Go to sort of walk up to the sort of podium of the room. And Shale turns around with a flourish as Ambrose kind of sits in the back, sort of leaning against the desk as Shale sort of gives this sort of grandstanding gestures and oration. I personally welcome you all to the storied halls of Silverquill, sometimes literally. This is a place of communication, of connection, of finding the power in your own self and your words, and using those words to influence the world around you and the people around you. Whether it is to make you stronger, or touch the heart of a loved one, or prove your conviction in front of a group of many people. You all know this and know the importance of this, and that is why you are here to study specifically this and to devote your life to the pursuit of this ideal. I am so excited to see you all shine over the next few years. And while it may be hard, it will always be worth it to come out in the end. I concede the floor to my fellow dean, Dean Liu, so that he can also give his words to you all. And she kind of goes to step back as Dean Ambrose steps forward and kind of looks over the room with sort of a critical eye, stalling a bit on your own face, Motiba, before moving on.
Blech.
And he goes to say, I don't need to parrot the words of my colleague. The sentiment is shared most ardently throughout Silverquill professors. But know this, that we expect the best of our students, and you should expect the best of yourself. There is no participation awards in a debate. There is a winning side and a losing side. And so, in the spirit of that, and to motivate you all, as I'm sure you've already seen the streaks of the competitive nature and the want to be better, and at the very least the want to not be the worst. The assignment you will be spending the next 2 weeks on will be preparing a presentation, an oration, whether it be a monologue, a debate, a soliloquy, what have you. Because your assignment as new Silverquills is to state your case. Why should we allow you to study at this college and to graduate and to study all of the words and stories and meanings that scholars have put before you if you're not up to snuff? Your assignment is to prove that you deserve to be here and that you will be allowed to stay. Thank you for your time, and I look forward to hearing from each and every one of you. And that's your class, Motiva.
Balls. Fuck. Go ahead.
No, I'm just saying that as soon as the class is sort of concluded, both of the deans don't leave. They go to kind of talk to each other. So they don't leave as quickly as Ibrahim did. But the entire room almost erupts in like a nervous chatter as everybody is kind of talking to each other. And in particular in your group, Giselle kind of looks over at you and is just like, they can kick us out?
Of course they can. What the hell?
I thought they couldn't do that.
I mean,
unless we like fucked up or broke rules. She said fucked, by the way.
oh,
I thought we had to do something, not just not be good enough.
oh god. Oh lord. Oh god. Okay. Motiva's gonna like go to Giselle's shoulders and she's gonna be like, "It's okay, sweetie. It's okay."
Oh, but what? Oh, Motiva, what if it's not?
Oh, darling, you can show them one of your poetries, your poems. You're good at that. I understand worrying, but it's not like you came here with no plan.
I did come here with no plan.
Yes, you did. It was to be here with me.
uh. She goes to take a deep breath and puts her hands on your hands and says, "Okay. Oh, okay. I have to remind myself that this isn't the worst thing that I've had to deal with."
Consider, Giselle.
Yeah.
She pets her hair. Giselle, you came from Turbo Hell. And actually, they could have just told you that you have to present it in front of the entire school body. But they didn't. So this is absolutely not the worst scenario it could be.
That's true. Oh, that's
I could list
true.
off 10 worse scenarios if it helps ease the nerves.
Yeah.
Okay, you could have performed over a tub of sharks. You could have had to skydive while talking about it. You could have been put in a small room while talking about it, like 5 by 5, with both of them there.
Okay, those would all be pretty awful, you're right.
I know. Wouldn't it be awful? Wouldn't it be the worst? It's too bad it's probably gonna happen in some big, just giant, stupid room. It's gotta be good for oration, so it can't be something small.
You see as you're kind of talking to Giselle and you are touching her and she is touching you, you can almost see as she is sort of like coming down for a minute and she breathes and she's like, okay. Okay, you're right. I can do this. I can prove why I belong here.
You're a bad bitch, Giselle. You're gonna make it.
I am a bad bitch. And I am
Yeah.
gonna make it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
She jumps in hype.
I don't think she quite jumps, but I think that you've definitely soothed some of her worries.
Do the other two look okay?
Deidre actually looks kind of excited about the idea.
Slay! Motiva and Deidre hyped.
Deidre being like, I'm about to show off so good. You don't even fucking know. They don't even fucking know. I think Aurora looks... I think Aurora has a really complicated expression on her face because I think that she looks not scared, but a little apprehensive. You know?
Mm-hmm.
but I think that she mostly like sticks with y'all as like a group, and stays kind of quiet, while you and Giselle are having your thing and you and Deezer are having your thing. But occasionally she goes to put like a hand on like Giselle's shoulder blades.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Motiva will nod to Aurora and give a silent, "We got this."
I don't know if you guys ever came up with like, this sounds so niche, but you know how sometimes bands will have like a logo, but they'll also have like a hand sign that they do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that if you guys have one, she would do it to you.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, hell yeah, boy. Hell yeah, boy. She does that. What the fuck?
I think Aurora and Motiva are just silently like, we are gonna rock this fucking campus.
Actually, they should be grateful we're here.
Yeah. Yeah, they should actually. I don't think they realize how cool of second years they just got.
Exactly.
She goes to flip some hair out of her face.
Exactly.
But yeah, whenever you are done having this kind of connection with your other silver quills, if you want, you can meet up with Flynn again and talk about things.
Waddles over to Flynn.
Okay, I have to move over the stuff really quick. All right. You guys have your classes. You kind of bond a bit with your new college mates, your colleagues. And you guys go back to the central campus to find each other, and through serendipitous means, you guys reconvene in the teleportation room right near Hashmal, who stands as ever present and ready as they always are.
Ready for what? Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
Don't
it.
worry about it. Flynn's going to smile and wave and be very excited and say, "How was your first class?"
Giselle almost had a panic attack. She controls her hair.
Oh no!
It's fine. They just said to prove why you should be here, and then they vaguely threatened that they would kick us out if we didn't do good enough.
Oh,
Why do you deserve to be here? Blah, blah, blah.
well, we got a similar assignment, but now I'm worrying that perhaps didn't realize the kicking out part.
I doubt that they would be doing that in Quandrix. Please don't worry about that.
Well, do you have any ideas for your assignment?
Likely an oration. I might do a song. I'm better at that than talking. But I'm worried that it might make them be like, "Oh, that's too Prismari. Just go there, darling." Womp womp womp.
Perhaps a spoken word piece.
We'll simply have to see. They said something about talking to counselors, but I don't want to.
Understandable.
Thank you.
Flo will just kind of wave her hand and say, "You're good with words. I do not worry for you. You are top 100."
I'm barely scraping, but yes. What's up with you though? How's everybody over there? What was your assignment like?
It's similar. We have to talk about why we belong at Quandrix. We have to prove our hypotheses.
Oh.
Yes, I need to get tangible proof.
I don't think that sounds similar at all in nature to what I have to do, but go off.
Well, similar in the sense that we're both supposed to be making a thing about why we are supposed to be at the campuses.
If I had to prove in an experiment for a fact why I belonged somewhere, I would hurt someone. Actually.
I want I want to try and run a simulation. I want your thoughts on this.
Mm.
I want to see if I can simulate attending all of the different campuses. There's 2 weeks to finish this, so technically if I divvy it up, I could spend 3 days dedicated to each campus acting as a student there.
Well, I mean, that would be a pretty solid way to prove that. You would have to find people on each campus willing to agree to do such a thing, though.
Do you think I could do it as Silverquin?
So here's the thing. She puts her hands on Valen's shoulders and she like brushes off some non-existent dirt and she says, "So there's a reason I didn't talk about my roommates in front of Eleni and Nefay.
Huh?
So my beloved Valen, you will have to keep your voice down.
Okay.
My roommate is Killian Liu.
Good.
Shut up. This stop. I know that you want to scream out. Don't. His name is, yes, it is him. But the thing is that I made an agreement to not be fucking weird about it. It was in spirit, but I think that's kind of an agreement we have to not be fucking weird about it. So the thing is that I could, but you would have to promise me to not be fucking weird about it. You cannot speak about his father. Ever.
Flynn, like, the second Motiva said shut up, she, like, covered her mouth, and now she's just nodding.
I want to mention, this is like kind of the most serious Motiva's looked in a bit.
Flynn is genuinely concerned.
She like nods and she says, "Yes, okay. Well, it's not the worst. He's a very good man, but I have a very solid thing going for having a roommate that's this chill, and I do not want to fuck it up."
That's understandable.
Thank you. Some of us have to change roommates every quarter, Falin, and I don't want to.
It would be quite a hassle.
Yes, exactly. I would like to move to a solo room and then keep that up for as long as I can. I don't want to explain the weird ghost shit. I don't want to explain the weird plant shit. There's too much shit. He already heard all of it. He doesn't give a good goddamn. So we're sticking with it. Okay?
Yes.
Okay.
I will not jeopardize your room situation.
You will not jeopardize my room situation. But so you couldn't have like a little kiki in my room, is what I'm saying. But I can show you what the other dorms look like because it's hyper competitive. Grayson and Mina aren't even that far behind me in terms of room number, but the difference between our rooms is intense. And the only reason why Grayson got in is because he bribed someone, which is part of the culture. So, no, get out your fucking notepad.
She's already writing.
Good.
Okay.
Nice.
Write it down. You don't have time to complain. People bribe each other to get into different rooms. People blackmail. I've already been told by Mina that if I try to get a consistent solo room, I'm likely to be blackmailed. Exactly. Even whenever Mina was being nice to me, she had to tell me straight up that if I wanted something, it would have to be a straight set deal. It couldn't be done out of charity. There is no charity. There is no charity. No hold bars. Exactly. And I mean, hell, Falin, If we went to Witherbloom right now and I chucked you into the bog, would you be okay with it?
Not at all, but I mean, my opinions on the schools are less what matters. I need statistics.
Okay, Falin, here's the statistic. You're autistic, and if I shove you into a bog, you will physically turn into a pile of goop and convulse and die. Correct?
Yes.
Okay, there's your statistic. Bad stim.
Philip just
Go ahead.
Philip just writes it down.
It's bad fucking stim.
Bad fucking stim underlined 3 times.
That's all the proof you need.
I, for one,
If you say it's not proof, you're a fucking ableist. Go ahead.
I, for one, Fulin, think your idea is really fun, and I would work with you to do it.
Hell yeah.
You would have to convince people who you can sleep in their room, though.
Yeah.
Immersion.
Immersion. Method
Yep.
acting.
Literally method acting. I'm with the rats. I'm being the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker, baby.
I'm the Joker.
I have a surprise reason why Motiva can't let Falin in her room either for later.
Yeah.
No.
But Motiva just nods and says, and I mean, no offense, but Prismari just isn't your thing.
You know, with how often I go there, you would think it would be, but it really isn't.
I mean, I technically go to Lorehold a lot. I don't want to be in the dirt. I don't want to be in the mines, to be honest. I just don't want to.
Mines.
Mine.
Motiva's just listing shit off while walking with Falin.
Lynn is recording this important data.
Oh, the dust. All the dust.
That's true. It would get in your lungs. It gets into your nasal cavity.
Also, consider, you physically can't climb.
It's true. I can't, and I don't have a strong enough grasp on my old graviturgy yet. I can't just float everywhere.
Exactly. So statistically, it would be disgustingly unsafe for you to be there. You cannot support yourself in those kind of environs.
I would be more prone to accidents.
Exactly. And you would be prone to getting deeper into debt.
Wait, good?
From dying.
Oh, I guess, yes.
People die. People die in Lorehold.
It costs money to be revived. This is a joke, actually. You guys actually know that it doesn't cost any money to be revived at Strixhaven. Because info dump, everybody, as a reminder. If they take your body to the Snarl, you can cast, like, heavy component spells and rituals for free because of the magic that's there. That's why it's so important. So, if you died a lot and you got revived at Lorehold, you actually wouldn't be charged for it. Smiley face.
You would piss everybody the fuck off.
Fair enough,
I
yeah,
don't
actually.
do that.
Yes, exactly. It would be Lorehold is about community and the dirt,
To the mines, the dirt.
the mines. Motiva, who only knows like 2 Loreholds. The dirt.
This is really funny that I think it's extremely funny actually that this goes to really show that you guys only really know the campus culture of like one place
Yeah.
each. You know what I mean?
Emoji.
I like it a lot. I think it's really funny.
Mhm.
Yeah, no. I literally think unless fucking Falin stops her, Motiva is just gonna be like, these are all the fucking Ridley's top 100 why you physically could not be on any of these campuses.
Flynn is taking it very seriously and is recording all of it.
Oh, you could record it with your phone too.
Video evidence. Takes
Yes,
up the phone.
exactly. You would have video evidence, and they can't fucking deny that.
She's just gonna start recording Motiva and say, go on.
Huh?
Motiva's vlog while walking up to the Biblioplex through crowds of people. Like low-key dragging all of the colleges.
It's not even Loki. Motiva just sees the phone get popped on. She's just like, huh? What?
Can oh sorry. Can I record your reasons?
I think she looks pink. I think her ears are flicking. No, you can't record me. That's embarrassing. No, you'd have to. No, you'd have to record the scenarios yourself. Don't. She fucking grabs at the phone. Record it yourself. Record like waking up and going around places.
I won't show anybody.
Get me.
But I need it.
I would like to roll dex. I would like to steal, actually.
Can
That's
I
what this
attempt
is
to
the-
avoid steal?
Sorry, what's up?
I'm stealing.
You are trying to steal the phone from Falin?
Yes.
Yeah, roll a thievery. I believe there's a very specific action, so give me a second before you tell me that
There is a
number.
very specific action. Steal is right here. Attempt a thievery check, and the DC to steal is the perception DC of the creature with the object.
Well, my issue is that like Falin sees you trying to yank the phone away, so I'm wondering if this is like a disarm situation. Because you're snatching. You know what I mean?
It's true.
I'll say maybe thievery versus, would you say like reflex save? Do you think that would be fun for you, Sarah?
Yar.
Okay, cool. Go ahead and roll your reflex save, and then you guys can tell me your rolls.
What
I rolled really good.
I didn't.
25.
15.
Yeah, no, you feel like you understand really quickly. Go ahead.
It's a
Critical
critical success.
I know. I feel like in your head, Falin, you're like, yeah, I see this coming. I'm gonna snatch my hand back, and then Motiva won't be able to grab the phone. And you almost like, as Motiva puts hands over the phone, you yank your hand back, and it slips from your grasp. So you like yank back your hand, but the phone isn't there anymore.
Motiva's scrambling to delete that video.
Motiva!
Flynn!
What kind of videos and pictures do you have on your phone, Falin? Because Motiva would see it.
That is an amazing question.
Oh.
A priority on if any of them are gay or embarrassing, obviously.
Okay, in general, she has way too many fucking pictures. She tries to record, not video record, but tries to get something of everything, basically.
Yeah.
I feel like she is also the kind of person to, like, take little candid photos of, like, loved ones.
Yeah.
So there's a few of, like, there's Eleni, Motiva is there.
Will is there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, I know there's pictures
Ashan.
of Will on there. Ashan, yeah.
Yeah.
What's your homepage? Hey, homeboy, what's
Oh my
your
god,
homepage?
what's your homepage? What's your lock screen?
I can answer both of those for Motiva right now.
Oh, man. What would they be?
What's the phone lore?
Can I
What's the phone lore?
can I actually
Mhm.
pause really quick? Okay, we're back, everybody. What's your lock screen and your home screen?
I think her lock screen is the beach on Quandrix, and I think her home screen is a picture of Rosona.
That's cute.
Aww. Motiva just has the phone above her head as she's just looking at Flynn. She's like, you can't... Flynn, you can't turn in a video of me for your essay.
I'm not going to turn it in, I am just going to use it for my personal research.
It is a source.
It is a source. I need those.
MLA citation format. Thank you.
Motiva slowly gives the phone back to Flynn and says, "Okay, let's harass everybody at club."
Thank you.
All right, you guys go in, and you go into the Biblioplex, and it's still just as busy as it was earlier, where it's people of every school level intermingling and excitedly running around and doing stuff. And it's actually really fun because you guys remember the room that they did the club fair in last year. Like, that was a very specific place you could go. But in almost a mirror of what happened last year, you see Quintilius in the same spot, sort of hawking people with his flyer for the drama club. And as you both kind of go to walk past him to get to the room, he kind of gives you a crooked smile and a bow and says, "I don't suppose I can count on either of your attendance this year."
Maybe.
He looks surprised at that, and he says, "Well, if it's a maybe, I suppose I can give you another flyer."
I do love flyers.
Yes, I know you took one last year. And he's gonna go to look over at you, Motiva.
She shakes her head and says, "I'm spoken for, thanks."
Tragic, but I suppose I didn't hold out very much hope. But have fun. It's very chaotic this year.
Oh.
I can't ruin any surprises. And he kind of goes to roll his eyes and waves you on.
Okay. Motiva's gonna grab Flynn by the arm and be like, "We have to see those." Take out the phone, Flynn. We're recording.
Takes out the phone.
Okay, are you gonna hit record like while you're going through the doors?
Yeah.
Awesome. So you see a scene that is very similar to last year, where it's a bunch of like booths and tables set up in this big empty room. And you see, as people are like milling about, people are like hawking their clubs, people are like standing on tables and chairs trying to get attention. And there's like little flits of magic floating around the room. But you get what Quintilius meant by it's a lot more animated, it's a lot more open, like people are almost more loud this year. And you feel like you see why they have to when you see the display that one group has done. As you see in the center of this room, there's this huge like pillar-like pedestal erected up, easily like 15 feet up. And as you look up, it calls attention as it has like these sort of beautiful like vines and shimmering silks all over it. And you see Eleni, resplendent, what looks like miles of translucent blue skin catching the light cast off by floating light motes, and posed in a way to look almost evocative and ethereal. Think very Birth of Venus vibes. As you see, the only thing that they are wearing are the gauzy silks on their arms and strategically placed gold leaf across their more sensitive parts. And you see they kind of stand there posed for like a minute before they'll go to another one, occasionally waving their hands to send shimmering star motes falling down and tangling with the magic of other people around their booth for the Fine Artists Society.
Oh my god.
And you have that on camera.
Yeah.
We got that on camera.
Flynn jaw dropping, looking at their lover.
They look good.
Yeah.
They look good.
Motiva's gonna look. Is Kat and Nora here?
I will say Nora is there, and Nora is helping kind of give like these like floating like water droplets and like icicles and the occasional like beautiful lick of flame to kind of contrast all the colors. And you see that she's doing a lot of the more performative magic to kind of call attention to Eleni on display. You can approach if you'd like.
I think Felina's gonna walk up and is gonna kind of call out to Eleni, darling, you look stunning!
Oh, love. Oh, dearest mine, you came. And you see she goes to, like, break character to, like almost kneel down to look at you. And, like, excitedly goes, like, thank you. I'm having so much, please join the Society of Fine Artists of Strixhaven. And you see that they go to kind of like jump back up and like float a little bit and like strike another pose. Because you remember Eleni is a part of that club specifically as a model.
Yes.
And Nora kind of gives you both an excited grin, taking a break from some of her work to be like, I hope that you actually do really enjoy it. We came together for this idea and we thought it would be a really standout sort of way to get people's attention.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, it's well, you have my attention.
But yeah, they're here, and if you want to talk to them, they will talk to you.
I feel like Fulham spends a good bit forgetting that she came here to look at clubs and just idly chatting with a lady and be like, oh, is there anything I can get you? Oh, you look so pretty. So on and so forth.
That's so cute. I think Eleni would also chit chat and say like, oh, like it's so fun how many people will come up and like talk to us, and we've gotten a lot of attention for the club this year. And Eleni being like, I'm actually really happy that they like invited me to be like a part of the like, you know, this bit, because you know usually like the actual artists are the one doing it, so it's really, really fun. They look like they're having a great time, and they are actually doing decently at like keeping in character when they're not talking about being this sort of like ethereal, like almost like painterly, statuesque sort of like situation. You know what I mean? Which I think is very fun.
Yeah.
I also think that Nora would talk to you, Motiva, and say, oh, you know, if you're looking for Cataris, he was spoken for the LARP stall this year, if you want to go say hi to him.
Oh, that makes sense.
He was pretty excited about what they had planned for this year.
Okay. Motiva will wave. Do we see anybody else that we know doing stands?
Slay. Yes.
So, like, immediately. Oh, go ahead.
I will say immediately you also notice, you see a stand, that wasn't here last year. And you see that it kind of, instead of having a table, the table is kind of propped up, but it has a really big sign. And you see that it's a very basic, sign that just says, "Fight me." And you see Rowan standing regal with like a magically billowing cape over her armor, polished to this beautiful shine, with her signature sword drawn, and the tip is like resting on the ground, and she's kind of like, her hand is leaning on it in the same pose you would like hold a cane, and her free hand is kind of on her hip as she kind of like almost like knight princely poses to look gallantly to like the throngs of crowds that stop and like try to chat her up.
Oh my god! Fight me.
Motiva's just gonna... Motiva's just gonna look, and she's just gonna stare, and she's just gonna think, and she's just gonna say, do I actually get to fight you?
You see that calls her attention over as you sort of walk up, and she's like, if you want to, I thought that what better way to emulate what our club is about than, giving people some pointers and showing people that, just because you're in magic school doesn't mean you don't get to do some physical activity, learn the art of honorable fighting. Comrade, I would love some help promoting the club if you're not busy.
Motiva like kicks in her heels, and she says, I think I can fight in this. If you rip my shirt, though, you owe me money.
Well, if you shoot me, you owe me money.
I wasn't going to shoot you, but okay, whatever you want.
Okay, I'm just making sure. I know you really like that contraption you bought.
My flintlock? Oh yeah, I'm in love with her. We're getting married. It's gonna be a fall wedding.
Ooh, congratulations.
No, don't say that,
There's
please.
no fall
God.
here.
Well, yeah, there's gonna be a fall whenever I kick your ass, so jot that down.
You see that makes Rowan laugh, and she goes to kind of like pick her sword up and like roll her sword arm, doing that kind of thing where she like rolls her wrist too to like spin her sword around. And she will fight you. I'm not joking. Like, this will be a combat.
Ooh.
A long sword. I have a long sword. Sword.
Yeah. So, starting this out, I'm getting Rowan's sheet right now. Starting out, this is super important for this and for potentially something else that might happen. To do non-lethal, you can do non-lethal with any weapon, but you take a penalty to your roll to do it.
Okay. Motiva's actually gonna speak up. Hey, Rowan, can I use my hair?
That's a good question.
Because I can attack with my hair. I'm actually better at attacking with my hair.
I think... Hold on, I'm looking at your hair really quick. Oh my god, you are better with attacking with your hair. That's crazy.
I think I actually told you this. My best attacks are my hair, my claws, and my gun.
Honestly, she'll say yeah. She
Okay.
says, I guess even if you pull some of your, dirty little tricks that you learned from your boyfriend, I guess it'll be more interesting to watch.
Not my boyfriend, but go off.
Hmm.
Who isn't your boyfriend?
Motiva just looks up at the fucking ceiling. Rowan, I'm gonna kick your ass. Come here.
Let's roll initiative, besties.
Flynn's gonna take out her fucking healer's tools and just sit off to the side cheering.
I'm surprised you aren't recording this.
Oh, she should. She'll record that.
Initiative is just... how do I roll initiative? I'm not used to
It'll be a d20 plus your perception.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
22.
22 is slight. If you want a field to actually run around on, we can use the classroom field if you want.
I waddle over.
Okay, there's Rowan. Okay, stay right there. I'm gonna pause. I'll bring sister over for you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Okay, Slay. So this will be for the purposes of fighting. Let me put down all of this stuff. 22, you said, for initiative?
Yes.
Let me look at Rowan's thing.
This is so
Ooh.
exciting.
This is really exciting. I have something really fun I want to say, actually. as
I have a
Rowan.
question. What am I allowed to use in this funny little duel? Am I allowed to use spells? Probably not.
No, because it's
Okay.
all physically dueling.
All physical, huh?
I think that Rowan is gonna get into her stance. And I think that she's actually gonna look at you, Motiva, and she's gonna grin. And this is something that you've learned about Rowan that's really fun, you think. Of the people who like to trash talk in Duel Club, it's Ashawn and Rowan.
God.
So Rowan kind of grins at you and then looks over at Flynn, and is gonna say, you know, let's ramp this up a notch. I can take you, both of you on at the same time.
Oh?
Do you have a weapon, Flynn? See, you just
I have a
listen.
staff.
Bonk.
I don't think I could put much of a dent in you. I'm flattered you think so highly, though.
If you don't want to, that's fine.
I'll tell Willie that you didn't.
What?
What?
Okay, then let's.
Actually, hold
ahead.
on. Motiva's gonna look to Flynn. If you participate, I will tell you one secret about me I've never told anybody in this school.
I do love secrets.
God, you
gonna
both are
run
so
down.
alike. It's almost annoying.
It makes for easy fodder, though. How angry do you think he'll be if I told him that I said that and that's what got her up?
Unfortunately, I think he'd be like, understandable, have a nice day, loser.
Flynn's gonna set her stuff down, take out her funny little staff, and is gonna run down.
Yeah, give me your initiative.
Let me use my fancy dice. Well, okay, my perception's good.
Do you think I can loot Rowan's body?
If you knock her out, sure.
I just take
21.
her sword. Ooh, we're gonna be back to back. That's double-edged sword.
Wait, what was the thing?
21.
They went. Okay, Slay. So Rowan starts this out. I don't think that surprises anybody. And Rowan, in the spirit of excitement, is gonna, I think she's honestly gonna kind of bum rush at you, Motiva, because you and her have fought before.
Mm-hmm.
And she is going to try to hit you, kind of swinging her blade wide to try to slap you with the flat of it, basically.
Yeah, you might want to unpause so that Sarah can come down on the.
Oh,
Quest
you're
room.
so right. I'm sorry. Yeah, place yourself wherever you want to be.
Right here.
Okay. 5, 10, 15, 20. Oh, I can't get to you yet. That's fun.
Oh my god. Yet.
Slay. So I think on her turn, she's gonna do 2 strides then, so she can only do 1 attack at you. But... Hey, does a 29 hit you?
Yes, actually, it.
Is that a critical?
Wait. Yeah.
Okay, Slay. Okay, hold on then. I'm sorry, this is about to be really funny. She doesn't have a magic weapon, which is nice, so she's not gonna do too bad, but it is gonna be a lot for 1 hit. Ooh, okay. 25 damage. Slashing.
I am at half health. Goddamn.
Thumbs up. That's her turn.
Sick.
It's gonna be Motiva.
Motiva's hair is gonna fucking come slapping out, and she's gonna try to attack Rowan.
Okay.
My hair is a +9, so does a 26 hit?
Yes.
Thank God.
Almost
I have
didn't,
amazing
though.
news.
Go ahead.
I have amazing news. That's 4 damage. My hair doesn't do a lot of damage, technically.
I'm sorry, this is really funny.
But my claws do. I fucking go at him.
Okay.
And that's +8. 24.
24. Slay. Is that with the penalty?
Yes.
Slay. That meets it. The AC.
Wait, with the penalty, no.
Oh,
That would
beans.
be, I think that's like 15.
Let me see. Penalty. MAP. PF2E.
Yeah, it's just a +3. I don't think that would hit.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
It's okay, because I have another thing up my sleeve.
Okay.
I want to demoralize.
Okay, do it.
Ooh.
What do you say?
Motiva's gonna call out and say, "You had to run that far just to get to me." And I am not good at intimidation, but I have to roll an intimidation check against the will DC.
Oh, slay. Let me see the will DC. Okay.
I rolled a 22.
Oh my god. You did beat it.
Hooray!
Because you met it.
She is frightened 1.
Oh my god,
Oh my
frightened 1 for Rowan. Let me add a condition frightened 1. Wow.
Wow.
What did you say to her?
It took you
Oh, there we
it took
go.
you that long to run at me.
Oh, I love trash talk. Slay.
Getting sloppy now, come on. And that's the end of my turn.
Slay, you do this, and you see that it actually goes to, like, affect her a little bit, and she kind of, like, furrows her brows at you. Mechanically she is frightened, but she looks a little mad.
Ooh.
Falin, it's your turn.
Hi. Before I do anything, I have a question.
Yeah, what's up?
Because I don't know how animal companions work.
Oh.
Because I have Uli with me in my little wand.
That is fair. So mechanically, animal companions are usually gotten through feats. So I didn't think to account for Uli being like a combatant, if that makes sense. Bats can do something. So if that's something that you want to do, we can definitely talk about it.
Okay. I will not do that now. So instead, I will do my only other physical option. I will... Is it stride?
Yeah.
Yes.
10. And bonk.
Slay, do you want to do 2 bonks?
I will do 2 bonks.
Nice.
Beep. I have to do math. Okay, so one is 16,
Okay.
and the other is 22.
I will mention, remember to add frightened to your stuff.
Frightened automatically does the math on my sheet, but neither of those hit.
Damn.
Rip.
You go to almost swing twice in rapid succession, but they both swing wide. I also will ask, Sarah, did you do the second one with the penalty?
Oh, that's right. There's a penalty. No, I did not. I will remember that next time.
Yes, it is -5 for the second attack and -10 for the third attack.
Yeah, I keep forgetting the penalty too.
We
I
are
gotta be on
learning.
top of that.
I'm definitely not frustrated. They wouldn't have hit either way. I was just checking. Okay, Slay, so it is Rowan's turn, and Rowan is still frightened, but only till the end of this turn. But I think what she is gonna do. Oh, actually. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, Slay. Okay. I almost could have done something really cool with one of her feats, but you didn't trigger it.
I don't want to trigger that trap card.
I'll tell you about it later. It's really cool. I think what she wants to do... I think that she's gonna use her first action, honestly, to try to shove you, Motiva.
Wow.
Damn.
Is that reflex or fortitude?
It's a fortitude, a DC, so it's not a roll.
22. I don't think
Okay.
that passed.
So your plus to fortitude save is plus 12?
Oh no, it's 21. Sorry. My fortitude is plus 11.
Oh, Slay. Okay, good. Okay. Hold on.
Stop it.
How's a 34 look?
That's a crit.
That is a crit. Okay, Slay. So, she goes to, like, shove you with one hand. And you are shoved 10 whole feet back. And because it was a critical, she actually gets to follow you. So it's this motion of, like, you demoralizing her, and almost within seconds, one of her hands meets your collarbone, pushes you back. Only barely are you, like, not knocked prone as she, like, strides after you. Which I think looks really cool.
Hold on. I know exactly what this looks like. One second. Where is it? Fucking this.
Yeah.
I need to add context. Sarah, he's not walking normally. He's walking up a fucking wall.
Slay, so now she's gonna try to do 2 slaps on you. Let me check this sheet really quick, actually.
I'm loving this.
I forgot about a feat I gave them.
Squeaky toy noise as I hit the ground.
Okay, yeah, just 2 slaps. Oh, well, that's not gonna get it. Oh, I don't know if that gets it either. Hold on. Does an 18 and a 23 hit?
18 doesn't, 23 does. But
Okay,
it's not a
Slay.
crit. Fuck you.
Slay, that's good. Okay, that's gonna be 8 more slashing damage, but it is non-lethal. And that's gonna be her whole turn. Miva, it's your turn. Yeah.
I think she just like sits up after getting fucking bitch slapped. And she just looks up and she's like, what the fuck?
What do you mean, what the fuck?
Rowan, that fucking hurt, and I want to demoralize again.
Okay, roll demoralize.
Oh, that definitely didn't fucking go though. No, 17.
17. No, that is
Nope.
not a crit fail, so that's good.
Thank fucking God. I don't think it does anything whenever it's a crit fail, but it's just humiliating.
I can do something when you crit fail a demoralize or a lie against Rowan.
Oop.
But that's fine because you didn't. What are your next 2 actions?
Slag Claw.
Okay. Are you gonna try to
do
move away
I-
at all?
I can't with the Slag Claw. I am up in her business.
Slay.
Do I take the attack bonus negative whenever I haven't technically attacked?
So it only counts for like multiple attacks, not which action you did it. So your first attack wouldn't get any penalty. Your second attack always takes a -5 unless it's agile, and then it's a -10 on the third one. It's just the more attacks you do.
That is a. I don't think that does it. 19.
Nar.
Nar. Is she wearing armor?
Yeah, I described her
Son of
wearing
a-
armor.
Son of a bitch. Absolutely not. Oh, I think that actually might crit fail. 7?
Yeah. Good thing attacks don't fumble unless it's a 1. But that was bad. You're trying though. It's like dinging off of her like chest plate.
She just keeps looking
Man.
at her. She's just like, Flynn, I need you to like bonk her head real fucking good.
I'll try.
Humble her. Come on.
Also to remind everybody, every attack takes a -2 penalty when you're trying to do non-lethal damage.
Oh, I've been doing lethal this whole time.
But that's fine because you've only done what 4 damage to her so far.
Yeah.
It's fine.
I slapped her with my hair. That's the most disrespect I need, to be honest.
It's true. It's actually really funny because she's been having that penalty this whole time, and she's still beating your ass.
Yeah. It's because she's like a level 7.
She's level 8.
Yeah, no shit, Panini.
Sorry, you said yes. Anyways, Falin, it's your turn.
I first action stride.
Okay.
She
And I'm
is actually she's thingy thinged.
She's flanked. You're right.
Yes.
That's a -2 to AC.
Nice. If I switch from staff to fist, will that be an interact thing to put staff away, or can I just?
I'm pretty sure is staff versatile in this, or do you have to hold it with 2 hands?
Mentalist staff is held in one hand.
Yeah, it's held in one hand and it does more damage if you do it with 2 hands. So no, you have a staff in one hand and a fist in the other.
Nice.
Please
'Cause
punch
I have a-
Rowan.
I have a better attack bonus with my fist, so I'm just gonna try and punch her.
Do it, punch her.
I'm gonna do it twice.
Okay. Make sure that the first one has a -2 and then the second one has a -7.
Yes. Okay. Okay.
Actually, no, fist is agile, so the first one is a -2, the second one is a -5. No, -4. Yes, -4.
Slay. Okay. First one was a 20 to hit.
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah. Second one. Less than that.
I'm sorry.
This is hey. This is why you don't take magic away from Falin.
That's fair.
She is hopeless otherwise.
I'm sorry. I personally think this is really funny, so I'm sorry if this is annoying. You can concede at any time.
No, this is hilarious to me. Falin's gonna keep trying.
Nice. Awesome. So it's Rowan's turn. I'm gonna see if I can do anything fun. Oh, beans. I forgot to do something whenever I started initiative with Rowan. Rowan has battle cry, so Rowan could have started you off scared, but that would have been mean.
Rowan is the red flag. Bless her heart.
Bless
I love
her
her.
heart.
She is toxic, but I think she's fun.
I care. It's what makes her spicy.
It's true. I think what I kind of want is I kind of want her to... I'm gonna have her do a wombo combo. I want her to hit Motiva once and then try to hit Flynn twice. Okay, does a 27 hit you, Ash?
Yes, it's not a critical though. Go fuck yourself.
That's fine. Doesn't have to be a critical.
It doesn't have to be a critical, it just has to hit.
Okay, so that's gonna be 8 damage. And so Flynn,
Mhm.
that's gonna be an 18.
Miss.
Nice. Okay, and then this one's probably gonna be even worse than that. 1 second. Oh, okay, actually. $22.
That does hit.
Okay, so like before I took all the penalties off, Rowan rolled a 34 to hit.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Because her second one was a minus 12.
Lord.
Okay, so you take a juicy amount of damage, actually, Flynn. You take 10 slashing damage.
Ooh.
Non-lethal, though, of course.
Mhm.
But that's her whole turn.
She gets stopped in the face and she's like, ah!
Bonks you, bonks you, bonks you, bonks you.
Bonks you, bonks
Don't
you,
worry, Sarah. I have an idea to just be funny.
Slay, it's Motiu, it's your turn.
Okay. I'm going to once again try to demoralize.
Okay.
Don't ask me what she says.
No, you have to say something.
Oh, god damn it. Fine.
It is a verbal thing.
Motiva falls out and says, "You look like a nanny."
Alright, go ahead and roll your intimidation.
21. I rolled really good.
21.
Yeah.
You rolled very good. You missed it by 1.
Ooh. So I
So-
failed.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's just supposed to be a bonus for what I do. I'm gonna try to disarm her
Okay.
Ooh.
So
with my hair.
your hair does have disarm, it's true. Okay. You would roll a d20 and then add +9.
Whoa. 19.
Okay, 1 second. Let me look at disarm really quick. Okay, reflex DC. So 19 does not make it, which means you fail. Thankfully, when you normally fail, nothing bad happens, but it does not work. As she
I'm
goes
gonna
to
try
kind
again.
of okay, as she goes to kind of wrench her wrist back, so you can't grab her sword. But try again.
I need to mention how awful this is because it's not her, it's her hair.
I know it feels awful.
+9?
Yeah.
Why did I click that? +9. 25.
That one does work.
Oh, thank God.
So what happens? Read as written. You weaken your opponent's grasp on the item until the start of the creature's turn. Attempts to disarm the opponent of that item get a +2 circumstance bonus. And the target has a -2 penalty to attacks. So you haven't fully taken it out of her arms because you can only disarm with a critical success, but it will be easier for somebody else to do it.
Motiva looks to Falin as she's like struggling with Rowan with her hair. This is an awful image. It's really funny
It's
in my head.
really
I'm sorry.
funny. I
It's
really
hilarious.
like it. Falin, what are you doing?
I guess I'm gonna try and disarm.
Awesome. So if you don't have a weapon that has the disarm tag, you use your athletics.
Mm.
You have a +2.
You
I
have a
plus one
plus
for
2.
athletics.
So you
Okay, you have a +3.
Yeah, so you
There
do
you
get to
go.
add +3 to your d20 roll. You do have to beat a 22.
Yeah.
Well, actually,
No, she has a -2.
for attacks, not to the disarm.
Oh.
You have to beat a 22.
Okay.
So you need a 19 or a nat 20.
The chances are low, but not 0.
It's true, and you can try it multiple times.
Really?
Did you?
Yes! Nat 20! I got
Did
it!
you? Okay. Sorry, that's really, really exciting. So Motiva and Rowan are like almost fighting with each other over her sword, and you are so hyped into this. You're like, I don't want to embarrass myself. Like, I'm trying my hardest. Motiva's looking at me like that. And you go to like pull your fist back and almost like karate chop at like Rowan's wrist to break her hold. So her sword is now in Motiva's hair. And she is weaponless. And you have 2 more actions.
Gonna attempt to punch.
Okay.
Two die. Great. First one. No. 13. Not even 13. 11.
Nope, definitely not.
Second one. I already know that doesn't hit.
Fair
Remember
enough.
to add the +2. She's being flanked. Well, she has a -2, so there's always a chance, my darling.
Cause it. Okay. Cause the 12 plus 9 minus 7 plus 2.
What? Why do you have a minus? Oh yeah, because
It's the second attack.
I mean, you
And
should always
non-lethal.
announce. You should always announce.
With the flanking penalty, her AC is still 22, so I think it's valid if you're just like, that don't work.
That don't work. I rolled a
That don't
12
work
last
good.
time and it didn't work. It's not gonna.
You should always announce to the DM because you never know, especially in Pathfinder,
Especially
where
in
the AC can change.
It
Actually,
changes a lot all the time. Slay. But those are your punches. You have managed to successfully disarm Rowan. Rowan looks bewildered, but kind of excited. Rowan has the vibe of like, you know, when parents are like picking up kids, but they're hanging on like their biceps, or like they're like, oh my god, and like the kid is like crawling up their back like the Shadow of Colossus. This is the vibe Rowan has right now. So it's Rowan's turn. And Rowan, bereft of weapon, I believe that's, okay, Slate. Ross says it fell on the ground, but I like the idea that you're holding it because I think it's really funny. So Rowan is just gonna look at this situation, and she's gonna kind of, in the spirit of the season, she's gonna look at you, Flynn, and she's gonna try to deck you.
I'm sorry if this is really funny because isn't Falin recording it? Like,
Yeah, you're like recording a fight while in it.
I want to mention Motiva's howling, laughing, crying.
Yeah. The mood is awesome. There's like a crowd that's like cheering. How does a 24 look on your AC, Falin?
Oh no.
Yeah, that hits.
Slay. And then... okay. That's fine. Let me see. That's gonna be 8 bludgeoning.
Woo! Is it? Hang on, this is to my face?
Yeah, probably to your chin.
Okay. I was gonna say, because I'm wearing glasses right now. You wouldn't touch a guy in glasses. Come on.
It's true, she wouldn't. And it's okay, because this next punch is gonna go to your solar plexus. Okay, hold on one second. I need... $21.
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Okay. 9 bludgeoning damage. And now she's gonna do something that she has not tried to do yet.
Okay. Oh, is she gonna war cry?
No, you can only war cry at the start of initiative.
Okay. Oh, thank God.
I'm gonna roll something really quick.
Don't.
Okay, so... Falin.
This is the funniest fight we've ever done. Yeah.
It's pretty good. So what Rowan is going to do, and I checked, this all checks out. Rowan goes to do that to you. You're starting to look like kind of fucked up. Not necessarily bloodied, but you're looking a little fucked up. And she is going to step towards you in like a half step, not like a full like 5 feet of movement. But she is immediately going to like put her hands out and like almost wrap you in like this bear hug while also throwing you over her shoulder as she critical succeeds to grapple you.
Oh my God.
And then she's going to turn around and look at you, Motiva, and with a free action say, "Come get some."
Oh my God.
So Falin, you are restrained.
Oh my God.
Motiva, it's your turn.
Can I grapple somebody who's grappling?
You know, that's a great question. I'm sure Reddit has answered that before.
I'm obsessed with that. Yeah, Full just screaming like, ah.
Ah.
Thanks for the free advertisement, Fullin. Oh my God.
No, people are loving it. This is really funny. Okay. Yes, you can grapple somebody who's grappling someone else. It doesn't break the grappled condition on creature C, which would be Falin, but you can try to grapple Rowan, which would be really funny.
I think it would be really funny if I grappled her with my Slagma claws.
Does that have grapple?
Yes, it does. It has grappled and cold iron.
Ooh.
Wow. Okay, so Slay. 1 second. Okay. I misread it. So you don't only add its thing, you add it to your athletics check. So you get to roll a d20 and then add 9 to this grapple check against Rowan's fortitude DC.
Oh my goodness.
This does count.
Almost hit 20.
This does count as one of your attacks. I misunderstood that earlier with disarm. Some actions count as an attack and count towards your penalty. Disarm and grapple are one of them, so this counts as one of your attacks.
I rolled a 23.
23? Ooh, just barely didn't get it.
Damn it! Fuck it, I'll try it again.
Okay, you'll have to add your penalty.
That definitely didn't get it. Motiva's just like grabbing at Rowan. She's like, get off of her! Get
think-
off of her!
Rowan is legitimately busting a fucking gut at this.
Get the fuck off of her! You're like a mammoth! Do you even know what that is?
Ooh, I'm gonna get you next.
No, you fucking aren't, you crazy son of a bitch!
Slay, what are you using for your last action?
The temptation I have to do fucking invisibility. God, I wish I could. Can I use spirit object?
Ooh.
I would like to use spirit object on Rowan's sword
Ooh.
and
Okay,
make
so you're
it
bringing
run.
so you're bringing spell casting into this.
I am.
Spell dueling is Strixhaven illegal.
Oh, even
Remember?
on Rowan's silly little sword.
If you are going to cast a spell on an item to then use the item to attack, yes, that is a spell duel.
It is not to attack. It cannot attack with one action. It just simply runs.
Okay, you want to know what? Yeah, that's really funny. So you cast it on the. I'm looking at the spell right now. Spirit object. Okay, come here, spirit object. Where's
Just
spirit
make a
object at?
fucking unit
It takes
spell.
3 actions to make the object attack. With one action, it just fucking books it.
Yeet.
That's so funny. So with just one?
Yeah, Motiva looks at Rowan, says "fuck your life," lets her hair down. The sword clips to the ground, and then it grows chicken legs.
And
It
it starts
starts
running
running.
away cartoon style.
Oh my god!
Rowan's just like, well, hey!
Fuck your sword.
God! Oh, that's all you can do. Hey, Falin, do you want to try to do an escape, or are you good up there?
I would like to try and escape.
Okay, so you have a choice. It is an acrobatics and athletics. It's an acrobatics check, an athletics check, or a check using your unarmed attack modifier. And it has to beat a DC.
Ooh.
I think your unarmed attack modifier is better.
Yeah, my unarmed and my acrobatics are the same, so I will just do unarmed.
You are punching Rowan's head, trying to get out.
Yep.
You're beating on Rowan's back like a cartoon.
Yeah. What? 15.
No. That's a critical
Yeah.
fail. Not only do you not get free, you can't attempt to escape until your next turn.
Damn.
Fight her.
And
Fight her.
escape counts as an attack, so you now have the penalty. This is really funny.
This is really funny. Falin kicking her legs, hitting her fists. Let me go, you fiend! I can still hit while grapple.
You can, you just have the map.
Yes. Okay. I will spend my last... What?
I'm gonna check really quick, actually. Grabbed.
Getting grappled fucking sucks in D&D. It's awful in Pathfinder.
Oh! 1 second. Hold on. Oh my god.
They're gonna make it worse.
I think this is pretty bad. Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
restrained. You actually can't use any attack or manipulate traits that aren't escape.
Damn!
And you
Yep.
can't until your next turn. So you have to do something that is not an attack.
Let me look at the
Demoralize.
You could demoralize.
You would have to have intimidation.
I have intimidation. I don't know about it. Yeah, I don't have that.
This is teaching me literally so much about Pathfinder combat, actually, legitimately.
Yeah! Let me see.
You could lie. You could request. Being a dashing villain is fun. No, say that verbally. It's got to be for the recording.
Okay, I will for the recording. In response to Flynn being like, "Let me go, you fiend," Rowan is just like, "Maybe being a dashing villain is fun sometimes," and starts like maniacally laughing, but like as a show.
Hee. I don't think I can do anything.
Get fucked.
I'm sorry, I don't think so either.
Yeah! Phila's just gonna stay wiggling.
She be wiggling. Slay. It is Rowan's turn.
Go away, Freddie Mercury.
Are you conceding?
No, that's me, Ash. You think Motiva would concede?
No, I fully believe some people in Duel Club would have to be beat unconscious. Okay, well, she is gonna, you know what? No, this is really funny. I'm gonna try to grapple you with my other hand. I already don't have a sword in it.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, you're gonna love this, Ash.
Did you get a 20?
I got a nat 20.
I'm gonna kill myself.
I got a nat 20 plus 16. So
Oh my god.
26.
Oh my god.
What's your fortitude save? Like DC?
Plus 11.
Plus 11, so that's 21. So that is definitely a critical success. As you do that, Rowan goes to then sling an arm around like your waist and also like pick you up. So like Flynn is over the shoulder. You're being held under the arm like a football. And Rowan is just like, "Bring me back my sword."
I can't do that if you're holding me like this.
I also, she like chokes a bit and she says, I can maybe only use that spell one time.
She's shaking both of you back and forth.
Oh my god.
I think with this, initiative is going to end and she is going to plop you guys down on the ground and look to you guys and also the crowd and say, "All right, show's over."
Motiva plays dead on the ground.
Phila's looking to the ground to join the dueling club. Pops down.
Yeah, join the dueling club. We have fun around here. Yeah.
Motiva's gonna sigh out, and she's gonna use Moth's Supper.
What does that do?
It's a healing spell made for me.
Blurb.
Blurb.
You'll hate the fucking shit for it.
Ah?
Oh, yeah, that's gross.
You should describe it for Sarah.
Okay, so what happens with Motiva is that she goes to sigh out, and on her breath are these like little black butterflies that look like they're crawling out of her mouth that then like fly up and then like zip away. And so I'll tell you the flavor text in a second, but what actually happens is that like they go over to like other stalls that might have like sweets or little confections or little like snacks. And they land on them and it almost like saps their energy, like their essence as they shrivel up and start like decaying. And then the butterflies come back and then land on Motiva and you are healed. So if you treat wounds on Motiva, there's a bonus, and then every 10 minutes, Motiva gets a passive heal.
Holy shit.
Motiva also can smell freshly spilled blood and rotten flesh for an hour
Yeah.
Oh.
because they normally drink blood.
Yes.
Ah.
Yes. They usually have a preference for rotting corpses, but that's fine.
That's
Yes.
fine. Don't worry about it.
They
So
come back into her mouth and she chills out.
it's true. So you get 2d4 HP right now, Motiva, and then tell me if you're doing treat wounds, Falin.
Okay.
I will do that.
Slay.
And oh, the amount increases by. I will say there is an additional 1d4 because it is heightened.
Is it heightened?
I think. I
Mm,
think.
No, it's a level
Mm.
3 spell. So you're casting it at level 3. So it's not heightened.
Oops.
Oops.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, to heighten a spell, you have to prepare it at a higher level than it is.
Thank you.
Yes. Slay. So, sorry, Flynn, did you say you were gonna treat wounds on you guys's?
Yeah, I got 27.
27.
Oh, thank God.
Oh, for Motiva, that's very good. That is I think that's a crit at your level. I'm checking. Come here. Come here. What rank are you in? Are you trained in it?
Yar.
Okay, so that is a critical. So that's going to be 48 plus 44.
Ooh. Oh my god.
Yes.
Motiva's gonna look to Rowan and just gonna say, "Can you treat her? I don't think I should. I'm not medically trained at all."
Are you saying that to Philin?
No, to Rowan.
Okay.
Rowan cannot do medicine. Rowan is like, I don't know what made you think I could.
I mean, I liked to imagine that if you could beat the shit out of other people, you could help them too. But you know,
Well, listen, I didn't grow up needing to know how to heal. My best friend growing up was a cleric, so.
oh, I'm sorry.
Why?
What's wrong with
Some
cleric?
uh, nothing. It's a joke where I'm from.
Ah.
That's very funny to me.
44?
44,
Yes.
yeah.
Okay.
Hey God, do we level up?
No.
Do we level up from losing to Rowan?
No.
29 HP's total.
Okay. Thank
Slay.
you.
Yes.
You also can do your own treat wounds, Philin, if you would like. It would take another 10 minutes. So you'd just be chilling for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I can do that.
Like,
Amazing. 25.
you also critical, so that's 48.
Slay.
Oh, I misread the spell. Motiva looks to Rowan and the sword chicken feets back to her. I misread it as my phase familiar. No, that's a cantrip.
Slay. Rowan would be very thankful. Rowan would have gone to go look for it, but I think that she is very excited to see it. And she picks it up and tries to make sure that the chicken feet did not harm the item. I assume not, but I think she would be like,
Motiva's
Not a
gonna
big
look and
sure.
just don't like my funny occult magic, Rowan.
I'm not a fan of chicken feet. I'll say that.
Oh, that's fair.
Oh, but they can be so tasty.
Ew.
Rowan, don't be racist.
That was really funny. I'm sorry. That was really funny. That was really
Thank you. I think she'd say that with the inflection too.
I don't think Rowan would know what to say to that and just be like, I'm not.
I'm racist. I'm all racist. It is a thing. I just said that chicken feet was gross. Come on, Rowan, get with the times.
There we go. I have healed myself to max.
Oh, slay! You guys have a good time over in the duel club section.
Yeah.
That was
Now
really
we got
fun.
now we got band-aids on our bodies.
It's true. Okay, so this is where I tell you that I had another club booth that has a thing happening. So you can go see that, or you can go straight to corralling people to talk about Onyx. I'm gonna have to pause again because. All right, everyone. You separate from Rowan and the Duel Club booth, with now tons of excited mage students absolutely flocking over her. She's barely scuffed. She doesn't even like stop to heal herself. She literally took only like 4 damage that whole time.
I'm so happy I managed to even hit her, to be honest. Like,
It
to
was
be
kinda
absolutely
cool.
fucking honest.
It's kind of cool. It probably has like this really like sexy like slash across her cheek that's like only bleeding a little bit. You know what I mean? It's so cool. But you go and you remember that Nora said that Cad, your friend from the first year, and fellow Quandrix colleague, Teufilin, was really excited about what he was doing over at his stall. So do you want to go find it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you go over and you end up finding it pretty easily because there is actually like kind of a hubbub over here. And you see that the stall is beautifully decorated with this trellis full of like white lilies and this banner that says, "Dearly beloved." As you see, first you see Rosie standing on a stool and dressed in a fanciful nobleman's attire in this beautiful black crushed velvet, her braids styled and decorated to match the regality of her countenance. And her opposite, standing next to her, Cataris, is dressed in a long, flowing gown of ivory white, complete with a veil and holding a bouquet. That are excitedly connecting to each other and talking to people that come up to speak to them.
Oh my
Yeah, fuck that. But Diva's coming up.
Yeah, you come up and both Rosie and Cad look really excited to see you. Cataris in particular goes to wave you over and says, "I'm really glad you could make it. I hadn't seen you since the start of the school year, but I hope that things aren't too hectic over there on Silverquill," and looks at like your uniform.
She nods and says, "It's fine, actually. I have pretty good roommates, so things are kind of a lot more chill than they could be."
That's awesome, like legitimately. I've heard it can be kind of rough, but the people who like it over there really like it, so.
I don't think that's the topic for today, though. She looks and she like walks around them like a hawk.
Mm-hmm.
Flynn, bring out the phone.
Brings out the phone. You look lovely.
You see that like Rosie gets this big grin, but Cataris almost goes to like blush and like put a hand on his face for a second before he comes back and says, he kind of like looks around before he like leans in to you both and says, we're just having a bit of fun, but there is gonna be something really exciting if you want to stick around for it.
Ooh.
Try not to embarrass me too much, though.
I will make no such promises, but I will stick around. And she immediately goes to sit.
There's like mock like fold out chairs and like a little aisle and stuff and everything. It looks really cute. It straight up looks like, how broke college students would throw together like a wedding. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Flynn, do you also sit for the show?
Yeah.
As everybody everybody comes up to congratulate the nearly weds. You see, before long, Rosie goes to clear her throat and call everyone to sit down and enjoy the ceremony. And a third person, which Motiva you would recognize as somebody who is a part of the LARP club, kind of dressed in like, in almost like a funnily sacrilegious fake priest outfit, you know what I mean? Comes up and starts to read off as Rosie and Cad go through essentially a mock wedding with over-the-top theatrics and melodramatic speeches. Cad really hamming it up and like acting faint and leaning on Rosie for over half of the ceremony. But that is punctuated as the priest reading from a book goes to cry out and fall dramatically to the ground. And Rosie goes to stop and be like, wait, what's happening? As the rest of the LARP group go to jump in to start like a mock crashing of the wedding. And Rosie and Cad pull out their weapons and ask for the help of the audience to help fight off the attackers.
Oh no! It's so fun.
I think it's really cute. Fun fact, if you didn't want to fight Rowan, this would have been your combat encounter for today, because both are really fun.
I love them.
Obviously you can talk about how you help her if you help at all, but the key point of this battle is kind of almost like Pirates of the Caribbean, like Will and, oh my god, Keira Knightley. I don't remember what her name was. Elizabeth,
yes.
Yeah, you know that scene where they like get married in the middle of a fight and then they kiss? Because Rosie and Cad do dramatically kiss, because you know, Motiva, you got them back together, so they get to be really mushy and Romo.
I cannot state how happy she is doing this.
I think it's so cute. But yeah, sorry, that's all I had for it, but
No,
I think it's fun to be a part of
it. Yeah. It's really fun. They're together again.
They're together again, and now they can make it their entire club's problem. Now you've seen the person who was in the nude and the person who was in drag.
This is delightful.
I really liked putting Cad specifically in the wedding dress.
I think he would look gorgeous in it, actually.
Yeah.
I actually keep imagining it like the Final Fantasy XIV wedding gown with the long sleeves but the titty window.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
The veil that's only long when you're in the cathedral.
Yeah.
If Cat steps off the pedestal, it goes to like being as short as like his chin.
Oh, half of this is an illusion. That's canon. Falin, if you didn't know that, all of the fights that the LARP does are like illusions that look like attacks.
Oh my god.
Cadaris doesn't know how to use a bow, but his character does, so he illusions the arrows.
Oh my god.
It's awesome. It's awesome. I love LARP Club as a concept.
It's the reason Motiva had to quit. Teehee.
Yeah.
She's traumatized.
She's traumatized. But yeah, if you guys want to say anything to the finger quotes newlyweds, you can. But if not, we can move on to you gathering everybody. I just love stuff.
Motiva's going to waddle over and she says, "For the newlyweds, I give a present."
Oh, Motiva, you didn't have to do that.
I did. She gives a hammer.
Just a normal
And then
hammer?
she gives a hammer. Like, yeah, it's just a hammer, and she gives some incense.
You see that Cad takes the incense and Rosie takes the hammer, and you see that Rosie like dramatically holds the hammer to her chest and be like, "I'll treat him like he was my own. Thank you."
It'll be good for one another. Like you two. It's a pair.
You see they both look kind of embarrassed, but they just kind of smile at each other and they're holding hands.
How the fuck?
You just gotta do it, man. You gotta shoot it.
I gotta shoot. I don't know how she would propose this though.
Oh my god, I think I know what you're gonna say.
She will come up. I don't I don't know what you guys think I'm gonna say. Belinda's gonna come up and say, "May I offer a blessing for the happy couple?"
Okay, cute. I thought you were gonna say I can actually do it.
She might mention that. We'll see if they accept the blessing.
I think that they will. I think that they will accept it. I think that they don't know what you're gonna do, but I think that they think that it's fun.
Nice. She's going to say a prayer for them, do some hand motions, essentially just asking for them to have a long and fulfilling time together.
Slay.
And then when she's done, she's going to say, "And if you ever want to get real married, that is in my wheelhouse."
Hold on one second. You see both of them go to kind of like, it's really funny because this whole thing is like staged out and they're both like, yeah, this is fun, we're having fun, this is cool, this is awesome. And then you say that and it almost like enters into their brain what they're doing, and they both like stand stock straight. They're still holding hands, but they both like look away and are very obviously like bright red. Like Rosie's face is like matching her hair, and like Cat is like burying his face in one of his hands. And they both turn into like stuttering messes.
I think you two would make a lovely couple. Strixhaven's finest.
God. Okay, listen, I don't know if you continue to tease them, Motiva, but I feel like the longer you tease them, like, Cataris just, like, slowly gets on the ground.
Motiva just like gets lower and lower to the ground as she like leans on her knees and she just says, "Oh, Cataris, there's no reason to be embarrassed. Look at your lovely bride husband." She looks to Rosie. What words are we using?
Bride's fine.
Oh, okay. Well, wouldn't you like to see her in a dress? You could see her on the other side of the aisle. Oh, the romantics.
This is so cute.
You could do the dramatics too. You could also have an attack fight at your wedding. I won't judge. I believe in non-traditional weddings.
You hear Rosie from like the opposite side of the aisle being like, "Oh my god, you're right, no one could stop us," but Cataris is just like, "Motiva, stop."
Motiva just looks and she says, "What? Oh, you can't be embarrassed. That's your bride."
I am obsessed with the idea that they went through this whole thing without realizing how it would look to people, which is really funny to me.
So I was just gonna pat Cataris on the back. If you ever have want of my services, I'm in Tower 3 on Fondrix.
Okay.
If you get married, I will give you I like you. I'll ask my mother for her pickling recipes. She's like over 2,000 years old, by the way. You could learn a lot.
Oh my god, you moved to bribing me.
I am. I'm bribing you to get married. Look at her. And she's going to move over to Resi. Here comes the bride.
I feel like it is now like cycled into Rosie is like embarrassed, but like goes to like rub at her nose a bit and is also now joining in on the bit of embarrassing Cataris as she goes to kneel dramatically next to him and oh, what would she say? I think she's gonna say in this sort of affectation of a voice and say, "Oh, darling, please don't fret. Are these miscreants bothering you?"
Are they bothering you, King?
Literally.
I don't have anything else to add.
I'm just
Yeah.
having fun. I think you guys continue to rib each other a little bit, and Rosie pretends to like fake threaten you to stop harassing her loving wife. But I think that before you go, Cataris is a little embarrassed to do it, but I think Rosie goes to give. I think goes to like pat you on the elbow, full in, but goes to give you a hug, Motiva, after your year of being in the club together.
Oh, Motiva would give a hug back. She'd give a hug to Tad too if he let her.
He will let you. And I think that they both say, and they mean it, that they hope to see you around.
Of course.
I love Strixhaven.
I love Strixhaven.
We
Are
have
you
so
ready
much
to be
fun
sad
here.
about Strixhaven?
We're about to be
Yeah.
so sad. Let me get the music change.
Man, oh man.
Okay. All right.
Man, oh man.
Let's go be emo, everybody. You can very easily grab Rowan after enough time has passed and you guys have had a chance to have an exciting bit of connection with your school. But you both have some things that weigh kind of heavily on your mind. Mostly Falin. I feel like you reached out to Motiva about it, but saved a lot of your actual thoughts for this. And you grab Rowan from the club room. You also find Will there, doing a less immersive thing for the Dragon Chess Club. It's sort of like popcorn chess. But you go Falin and you get him, and he almost immediately drops what he's doing when you tell him that you wanted to speak with him. Ashawn is a bit harder to track down, but now that you, Motiva, have his number, you can really easily send a text for him to meet you somewhere. So I would like to ask you, where do you guys want to have this?
That is up to you, King. Because as far as I know, Motiva doesn't know what we're talking about. Tee.
Yeah,
Tee.
and it depends entirely on how private you want it, because this is not a very private campus.
It's not. I initially was gonna say, oh, we can squeeze into Phelan's room, but also Chad is right next door, and I don't think Phelan would feel comfortable having that conversation right next to Chad's door.
It could literally just take Chad being in a chair in the common area and hearing somebody get mad and loud.
Yeah.
The twins' room?
I think that would be good.
You definitely could do that. You would again have to be a bit careful with volume or how like upset you guys get, because you guys have actually been upset in Will and Rowan's room before, and people have complained. But you can do that. It's wherever you guys want to have it. I'm just making sure that you know.
We could go balls deep into the biblioplex.
That is an option.
That is an option. I think. Oh.
Cozy cabin in the biblioplex.
Cozy cabin in the biblioplex. Let's do that.
I don't have a
Sure.
cozy cabin equipped.
Shit.
Can't
I
tell
think
these
going
jokes.
deep. Huh?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I think going like real fucking deep into biblioplex.
I would love that. Hey, I get to ask you this. How long? Because you can go hours into the biblioplex. It's massive. It's miles wide.
Yeah.
So I would love to know how, Flynn, since you're the catalyst event, how scared are you? How
Um,
far are you willing to go to make sure that people don't hear you?
pretty fucking scared.
Do you think Motiva can sense that Flynn is scared?
That's a good question. 1 second. I think that sounds like a sense motive, if I ever heard one. And so sense motive in this is gonna be a perception against a deception DC, and it's a secret. So I
boy.
get to roll something for you guys.
Because I doubt that Flynn would like actually come forward.
No, she's scared, but she's not. She's trying not to look like she is. Like she looks serious.
Motiva, you feel it wafting off in waves. And it takes you until you get to the biblioplex. And Flynn starts almost having this dilemma of like, okay, how do I make sure? How do I get this as good as possible? And you can feel not only the apprehension and not only the gravity of the situation, but you can feel genuine fear off of Flynn. And it's not necessarily panic, and it's not necessarily like I am going to run for the hills, but it is something that sits in your stomach. And you can see it in the way that she holds herself as somebody who shared a room with her and shared a life with her for a full year. So if you want her to do or say something, that's up to you, but you have that information in your court.
I think she's kind of just gonna hold on to Ashawn's arm. And she looks like tense. She like looks to Ashawn and she looks stressed.
Okay. How many hours do you travel into the biblioplex? Even if it's just one, I would like to measure it in like how many hours do you walk before you start talking.
I think. I feel like it's one of those things where she gets to one and she's like, okay, we'll walk an hour in and then that'll be enough, but she gets there and she doesn't feel certain enough.
Mm-hmm.
And so she'll keep walking until someone probably like stops her or something.
I definitely know somebody who would say something about it, but if Motiva, you wanted that moment, you can have it.
Motiva wouldn't say anything.
Awesome. So you go in 1 hour. And what's really interesting is I'm going to explain to you how this happens almost in mechanics. The way that sense motive works is perception against a deception DC. Flynn, your deception DC is only 12. And so Motiva picked it up very quickly. And Ashawn mostly picked up Motiva being on edge. And after 1 hour, Ashawn definitely knows something is up. And after 2, the twins are starting to get worried. And after the third hour of walking with this fog over everyone's shoulders, Will puts a hand on your shoulder. And do you look at him?
I think she kind of stops walking and she doesn't look for a second, and then she'll turn around.
I think you see Will look like he doesn't know what to say for a second, but he doesn't take his hand off your shoulder, and he just starts with, "It's okay."
She's gonna look around. She's gonna kind of shake her head and says, "This is far enough. Onyx spoke to me. Vess spoke to me."
The minute you kind of say that, there is almost like a wave of like understanding. Like everybody here knew that this was something big, and some people might have had inklings, but you say, even just saying Onyx spoke to me, no one looks confused, is the biggest takeaway. But go ahead and keep saying what you're saying. I just think you would pick that up.
She's gonna look around at everyone and say, "She said that the rest of you knew, and I don't know. I guess I wanted to address it. I don't. It was a lot."
Tiva, do you say anything?
No.
Or do you wait for the others?
Wait. She waits a minute. She waits a second.
Okay. I think as you so what's really interesting about going this far into the Biblioplex, you walked through all of this like mist and there's grass through the tiles, and there's bookshelves upon bookshelves, and sometimes literally hanging clouds. And you come to this bit near sort of like a bubbling little stream. I wouldn't even call it a river. And there's grass and rocks, and there are some smaller bookshelves, and you see that Ashan goes to kind of sit down heavily on one, with a sigh at the topic of conversation, and just kind of goes, "I mean, another person in power does shitty things. Why am I not surprised?" And that almost kicks in immediately, Rowan saying something as she kind of goes to say, "Well, this is..." And then you see that Ashan actually cuts her off and says, "What, different? Look, I know that your mommy and daddy are really important and you want to think that they don't have flaws too, but power breeds those. I'm not surprised to hear this." And there's like a moment where Rowan has to like bite her tongue, but almost tellingly she has nothing to say in response to that. And she kind of goes to cross her arms and sigh and go to give her piece, almost separate from what Ashan said, where she goes to say, "I mean, I don't like it. I don't like that she took so long to tell us, and I don't like that there are still people that don't know." And to that, because you actually have a group of pretty strongly opinionated people, Will has something to say, where he goes to say, I mean, we know that she can't. Like, we know how that would be dangerous, potentially. I feel like it would fracture us even more than we already are. And to that, all Rowan can kind of do is mutter, I mean, lying is one of your favorite things to do, so. And that shuts him up real quick. So you now have everybody's opinions on this. What are either of you saying?
Give me a second, I'm writing all that down.
Lord.
I feel like they're all kind of like lounging around the space where like Ashan is like sitting on like a bookshelf, like he like picked himself up to have his feet dangling, and then like Will is kind of like leaning against a bookshelf, and Rowan is kind of just crossing her arms with like her hip cocked around the circle that you guys have made.
E. Yeah. I'm trying to formulate Fullen's words.
That's fair. I don't think anybody is really looking at anybody in this moment. So at least people aren't staring at you.
Man.
And wanted an emo talk and I delivered.
Yeah. I'm. Sorry, I'm typing it out to corral them.
That's so fair. There's a lot to say here, theoretically. while Sarah's typing that, what do you think Motiva is like doing physically in this moment?
I actually wanted to say, did Ashan let go of Motiva at all?
I don't think he shook her off when he moved. But I don't think that he like pulled her along. So I think it's up to how hard you were holding on to Motiva. Holding on to Ashan, I mean.
Not to sound like a kicked puppy, I do think that she's near him.
That's fine. I think he lets you. I think that if you come up to the bookshelf that he's like sitting on, he would like help you up. He's not super high up again. I just think that he is like not on the ground, you know?
I think she's just near him and she's like leaning on him, but she's like got her head on his neck, but like looking away from everybody. She's not even looking at him technically.
I think while you do that, I don't think he says anything, but I actually think. So you know Ashan doesn't do PDA.
Yes.
But as you're leaning on him, he doesn't push you away, and I actually think the longer that this conversation is happening, he actually goes to put his arm like around you.
Wow. Boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah, wow.
Like boyfriend, girlfriend. Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Not to be gay, but Ashan
Yeah.
doing that, Motiva looks visibly less stressed.
Wait, what's up?
Visibly less stressed. She looks like visibly less freaked out. Like her hair stops moving, her ears aren't moving, her tail is still.
Nice. Gay people. Flynn's about to fucking bomb us.
Well, you wanted a long episode. We are getting a long episode, boys.
It's true.
Oh, have you paused?
I have not been paused this whole time. I was not told to pause, so
I think you should pause until
Sorry.
Sarah's
That's okay.
ready.
I will pause.
This might come off rambling, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Have your thoughts.
Flynn is gonna kind of clasp her hands together. She's gonna take a breath. I don't like anything that I learned from her yesterday. So far, there has been nothing that has made me regret coming here to Strixhaven, but to be frank, knowing what she did, it has made me regret a little. But it's better to stay together, especially in circumstances such as these. Knowing where she started and where she is now at least gives me enough faith that she will not fuck us over, so to speak, but I still... She looks a bit angry. She implied that she wasn't even sure if she would tell Musim and Chad, and I cannot stand for that. I don't know when, or how, but even if she will not share with the others, they have a right to know. And if she won't tell them, I want to, at least eventually. They cannot just sit there not knowing who they're working with.
Motiva, do you say anything?
Motiva's going to actually flick her head over at Flynn. And she's going to step up and she's going to stand away from Ashan and she's going to walk to Flynn. And she's going to smile. And she's going to say, have you actually ever spoken to Musim about Amonkhet?
I believe I have. Haven't I? We talked about the dragons and shit, and Flynn asked him questions about his plane.
I'm pretty sure as well that you have at least basic knowledge of Amonkhet.
Flynn nods.
Did you know that Nico Bolas slaughtered all of the adults there in an hour?
Reading through my notes. I don't think she mentioned that specifically.
Did Flynn say that?
No, that was me saying out loud to God in case I'm misremembering.
I don't think that Musim would have told you that, because I think the only time you guys have talked about it was like whenever you first met Musim. I don't know how like.
No, not
sorry.
me seeing Vest.
What?
When she was talking about
Oh, when Onyx was talking about it. No, because she was not there for the overrunning of Amonkhet, so she doesn't know the specifics of that. I don't think.
Okay.
She knows what Nico Bolas was doing with it, which she mentioned to you, like the undead army, but she didn't go into specifics.
Flynn looks a little bit horrified at that information, and then shakes her head. No.
She had nothing to do with that. That was all him. He did that in as little time as possible because that's what planeswalkers can do. There's a very good reason why she hasn't told Musim and Chad. I've seen just bits, the smallest bits that managed to land in the sewers whenever I was working with the Golgari. I saw just inches of the devastation from whenever he took over Ravnica. There's a reason that I told her that she needs to be careful telling them, because I'm the one that told her that she needs to tell everybody. Because after I found out from Braska, I realized she needed to tell people, or else somebody would simply walk over here and tell everybody all at once, that's not who you think that is. And then Chad would spark, Musim would spark. And it would just be it would be a bowl of popcorn and everybody would be gone. And we don't have the resources to deal with that. I will say, I gave her a time limit. It was a part of the deal. She will tell them, but we can't.
think I think it's when Motiva says that she will tell them. That Flynn kind of takes a breath and just nods. I will just have to trust that then.
Well, she better, because we had a deal. It's either she tells everybody or I go straight to the fucking Planeswalker Brigade and I tell them where she is and they pack her up and leave. I understand morality, but we cannot be dealing with all of that right now. You can't. If Musim found out, and let's say he didn't immediately spark from horror, he would try to kill her. You know that, right? And then get expelled, and then thrown to Amonkhet, and then spark. And then we would have nothing to do with it, and we couldn't help him. And I don't want anybody to be stuck alone.
I think when you say that, I think Ashawn speaks up. And I think he's only been idly watching this argument, but his hands are kind of clasped together and he's sort of leaned forward, his elbows on his knees. And I think that Ashawn speaks up. And I think he says, I know he would try. I don't think many of you see it. But it's no secret that the way he fights is... He was trained to kill people. There are times when we still have to mediate his fights. He's only recently started getting better at even being able to hold his punches. And maybe morality comes into it. Maybe I'm just fucked up.
No,
I don't think... I can't see a positive in telling him. I don't know if that puts me off separately from you all, but I think... Fuck, if it was me, I would have rather not known.
Flynn, I think, is going to take off her glasses and is going to kind of rub at her eyes and kind of keep them covered. Say, no, you're right. I don't know. Maybe it's because I couldn't handle not knowing.
I think... Sorry, I have a lot of little guys around here that have a lot of opinions.
Show me your little guys.
I think that Will, kind of the minute you start getting teary-eyed, I think is going to go over to you and almost put like a hand, I think maybe between your shoulder blades. I don't think it's like lower back or anything. I don't think it's anything too much. But I think that he is trying to give you support like he thinks you might need.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that he's kind of like seeing this situation, and you can tell, and this is something that you guys know about Will. It's not hard to tell when he's trying to pick his words. He is always the kind of person that almost overthinks before he says something. He very much curates what he wants to put out into conversations like this. But I think that he sighs and he says, I can't say I know what's right and what's wrong situation. I can't speak for which would be the best way that this could have landed. But you both spoke about trust, and maybe it's misguided of me, but I think what she has given us, I think, is invaluable. And it's hard for me to ignore that, even in favor of this new information. Hearing stories about other planeswalkers, I can't speak well for the choices that a lot of them make. What if there's a day in the future where I have to make a decision like that? But you see, he almost looks frustrated at himself even saying that, as if even that was like a slip of his tongue. And he says, doesn't mean I have to like it. And he's gonna kind of cross his arms and kind of like look like he's thinking, but his brows are kind of furrowed. And I think Rowan is the one that still looks pissed.
Yeah.
I
And
accepted this.
I think that she kind of takes a moment and just looks at everyone here and says, I can't believe that I'm the only one here that doesn't sound sorry that she's the one who did something like this. There's a lot of, oh, well, it's bad, but it's fine because of this. And I don't agree. Maybe I would have still worked with her knowing this ahead of time, but maybe I would have had the information to, I don't know, be a bit more careful around her. Working with her over time, she's proven that we can rely on her, but only as long as we're useful. And I can't believe that you would say something like that, Will. Would you have worked willingly with Oko if you had known ahead of time what he was going to do? No. The ends don't justify the means, regardless of what those ends are. Yeah?
I need somebody to hold my hand.
Yeah? Okay.
Somebody needs to hold my hand. I'm about to get
You got
slapped by
fucked.
both of the twins.
Okay, what are you gonna say?
Motiva's gonna look and she's gonna say, okay, and you didn't know all of Liliana's life, and I'm sure you don't know all of Oko's life. We don't get to judge people for all of this. I'm sorry, but you two were the lucky ones. You guys got to go together. Musim will have literally no one. He has no family. Did you see him at the ceremony? He was alone. He was with my mom. Isn't it funny how whenever we went, you guys went to have that, Fullen get to have that funny talk with my moms and just be like, oh, I'm sorry, your daughter might die. We won't even get to do that. He'll just be gone. He could end up in the middle of the ocean where he can't swim. He could end up, oh wait, back in the middle of Amonkhet, which, if you didn't know, only the city that Musim is from is habitable, and the rest is just a actual fucking desert with nothing else there. And, oh, I'm sorry, I lied. There's monsters everywhere. And dead gods roaming the fucking sands.
I think Rowan looks at you and she almost takes a step towards you as she leans in and say, I think I'm allowed to judge Oko when he murdered my father in front of me for laughs.
But do you know that?
Why else would he have? And if you can give me a good fucking reason, maybe I'll believe you. But I don't think that there's a good enough reason. And I'll say this.
Oh, go ahead. From...
I will not sit here and say that being alone would have made sparking harder. I believe that. I was one of the people. There was precious little I could do to help you, but god damn it, I tried. Alright? But I think there is a difference between self-preservation by undermining your own beliefs and opinions and what you believe to be right. Because if at any moment I thought being here wasn't the best option I had to help other people, I would be gone. Planeswalkers are powerful enough to stand on their own. Why the fuck should we fold for nothing? We should stand for something. And you're not going to tell me that that's wrong for me to think. But it tells me a lot about how I should feel about you.
I'm not undermining anything. There's no if, ands, or buts with me and my opinion on this. This is what should be done. The best scenario is that if Musim sparks and survives, he finds somebody else, like I did, who knows about Liliana, speaks to them, gets mad, and we can hold him down later. There's never going to be a good end for this, ever. So this is my best ending. I can think of a couple of good fucking reasons why somebody would get mad at a king. Rowan, if I was on your plane, would I be alive? If I was on your plane, would you have just killed me on sight? Answer that quickly. I'm gonna use lie to me.
That's really slay. So you would be using deception for your DC if she tries to lie?
Yes.
Okay, so I think she almost balks at that. You say two things back to back that almost like make her recoil like you slapped her in the face. And when you ask her that question and you tell her to answer you, she says, of course not. And what's telling about Rowan saying that is that she's not lying. But you can tell that she doesn't know the answer to that. Because she's never had to interact with the Fae in that situation.
Motiva looks to her and she says, the only difference you see between me and the Fae of your home is that I'm not from Eldraine. If I was from your home, would you see me as some uncivilized scoundrel, ready to ruin everything? And I know that for a fact.
I think it shows how little you think of me, that you think that I don't judge people based on their actions. I'll have you know the first Fae I ever encountered, I welcomed. And I invited him to our fire. I invited him to travel with us, and I invited him close enough to my father in order to snatch him away. So no, I can at least speak for me. But it shows me what you think of me.
I know how I was treated in my home, and I don't expect it to be any different anywhere else. I know what they do to witches where I'm from, and I doubt it would be any different anywhere else. Have you ever been drowned, Rowan? People pretending to be your friends?
I think she walks away. I think she leaves.
I think Motiva's hand is in her hair, but it doesn't matter because it's just slapping at the ground and slapping at the air.
Hmm.
It is a whip. That is my opinion on this matter, and I'm not shaking on it.
think I think Flynn is going to walk up and is not going to move to touch her, but is going to hold her hand out in offering, palm up. And is just going to say, "Thank you, and I'm sorry."
You know what, Flynn? I just realized I promised you that secret, didn't I? There's my secret. Something I've never told my mothers or my sisters. No one. Something that silly little Mir would love to eat up. My entire childhood, I was hunted as a witch. And so was my older sister, and so were my mothers. And I don't need pity, and I don't need somebody to be sorry. I hope you never understand the pain of sparking Falin. Because that is what everything about what I think about this centers around.
I don't think she says anything in response. I think she just folds her hand back down and is looking at the ground.
I think of the two people who are left, I think that Will goes to kind of. I feel like he almost looks like he wants to go after Rowan, but I think that he stops himself and sighs and says, "We're all allowed to have our thoughts on this matter. It's nuanced, and like I said, I'm not really sure what the correct path is. Give her time.
We-
She won't do anything brash, if that's what you're worried about.
I'm not. There's no correct thing we can do. We can only just try to steer the ship. Bend it where we want it to go.
All we can do is make decisions that we can at least be satisfied with. And I think Will kind of looks at our ragtag group. Ashan kind of looking off and arms crossed, kind of looking towards the way back. And I think Will is going to put a hand on both of you, if you allow it, just on the shoulder. Say, why don't we turn in for the night? Maybe get some food. Worrying about it now, I don't think will help very much. At least for now, it's out of our hands. Okay?
Can I sense motive on him? Well,
Ooh, what are you trying to sense motive about?
I'm trying to see if he's
Upsetty.
yeah,
Okay.
like he's doing this purposefully and not acknowledging his own shit.
Hold on, I have to open up Will's sheet. Okay, fill in your...
Good luck beating his 42,000 death save.
1 second. Okay.
I have a plus 13 in perception. It's really good. Crossing my fingers.
And has he been talking for 1 minute?
Maybe. Why?
I was gonna say, can I use Aura Sight?
You have to tell me you're using it and then talk to people.
That's fair.
Yes. Sense motive works a lot different than I thought it did. Hey, did you know you need a critical success to actually tell a creature's true intentions? Because a success just lets you know if it's like weird behavior.
Yes, I did know this.
I think that's
It's
really
why
slay.
sense motive. It's why whenever you guys use sense motive, I never say exactly what you guys want.
That's so slay. Colin, you can tell that he's not... There's no polite way around it. He is not happy to be having this conversation, and he is very good at kind of reining in when he is frustrated or upset at something. But considering not only the subject matter, but also some of the things said and done during this conversation, it is hard to pin down exactly what. But he also, it's not like he looks like he's like about to start crying or anything. You know what I mean? So do with that what you will.
Okay. I think Valen is just gonna kind of lightly squeeze his arm and stay by him, but not do anything else.
Falin and Motiva, do you accept him like putting a stop to the meeting and like convincing you all four to go back?
Motiva's going to look to Asan, and she's going to use message.
Okay.
That's
good.
gonna be a constant, frequent.
Yeah. What's your message?
Where do you want to go? And do you want free food?
You see that makes him kind of huff and he gets like a crooked smile. He doesn't look over at you though, in the spirit of trying to keep this communication hidden. But he'll say, I always want free food. And then he says, I think he says, there's so many places. I think he's just gonna say, meet me outside.
Is he fucking stepping up to beat the shit out of us?
No. That's what he says to your sending. Your message.
Oh, okay. Okay. Motiva will nod, say, I can't say no to free food. I'll think of a way to apologize to her.
Do you say that verbally?
Yes.
She'll come around. I mean that.
Oh my
As-
god.
What's
It's a way to apologize to you too, Will.
Why are you apologizing to me?
I am. She grips her hand and she says, I know you're doing this on purpose. I know you're doing this on purpose. Oh my god. If somebody said anything about my mother's, I would have reacted just the same way as Rowan.
I think for a second for a minute he was trying to put on a brave face, but I think that he kind of like looks at you with kind of a grim expression, and he says, I think that the planes that we come from are very different, and I can't blame you for your predispositions. I am trying not to take it as personally as she did. I try to see those sides of these sorts of things, I suppose.
I am sorry. And you can fucking decide whatever you want for that. She doesn't mean it. So jot that down.
I think that Will would legitimately just kind of pause and say, thank you. I mean it though, she'll come around. I hate to admit it, but I've probably said worse things to her in our arguments. She'll
All
probably
things
feel
like
sorry too. Sorry, go ahead, Sarah.
Flynn was just gonna kind of quietly say, "All things take time."
It's true. But let's try to be excited for the times ahead. New school year.
I got threatened to get kicked out of my college. Well, it's.
You got what?
Civil Quill is very brutal.
I can
seem
tell
like
you
it.
about it. I can tell you about it over a meal. Come on.
Let's go.
It's a 3-hour walk. Let's go.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Don't. Where's my boy? Where's my Sean?
Ashana's walking with you.
Uh,
What's up?
Motiva's gonna look to Ashan and she's gonna say, "Can you carry me? My legs are tired."
Roll diplomacy.
Roll diplomacy. I'm really good at that. Did you know? Some might say I'm an expert.
Wow.
32.
Ashan just kind of looks at you, and he doesn't even like snap at you. He just kind of like gives you this like crooked smile, and then he ducks down to like. There's no way to say this without making it sound violent, but I promise it's about as gentle as he can do it. He's gonna like shoulder you in the stomach and put his hand behind your knees, and he's gonna have you over his shoulder. In almost a mirror of what Rowan did to Flynn earlier today.
I use pest form and I get on him.
You are standing with probably 2 feet on one shoulder and 2 feet on the other. You are fucks.
Folks.
And you guys walk out. And you guys go to your meal. I do think that Ashan kind of skirts off, and he sections off, like outside of the biblioplex, because that's what he means by outside. And I think that he elects to not go to the dinner. But if you meet back up with him, I have a thing for that.
Yes. Please.
Slay.
What the heck?
I think that this is a good time to end it then. I think that it could be really fun if you guys tell me if you guys talk with each other over the dinner, if you stay and talk with Will over the dinner. Obviously, Motifa will have that thing with Ashan. If any of you guys go and talk to other NPCs. And that sort of thing. And I think that that could be something really fun. But I really liked this session.
Haha.
And that was intense. Sorry if I yelled at anybody.
No, it's okay.
No.
I'm sorry if I was really hard, Sarah. I never get to make my characters get angry. What the heck?
No, that was delicious acting, actually.
I really
Thank
liked it
you.
a lot. I actually am really glad. I liked how Falin did it too. I was really worried. I get really worried when characters argue that somebody's gonna fold and not actually be mad back, but I like how everybody had a lot of feelings to feel.
Yeah, I really liked. I know that you like paused for a bit, and I know you said like sorry, but like it was a really good monologue.
Yeah,
Thank
it was
you.
really slay. It was really slay. And I mean what I said as well. Everybody's opinions are valid. This is a messy situation. It's just everybody's gonna have strong feelings about it.
Oh yeah,
Mhm.
there's no singular right answer to this kind of shit.
Yeah, it's why Will kept saying it. Will is like, I don't like any of this, but like really, I was really feeling it. Some of the things I was saying were completely off book or off prep. By the way, almost none of this was written down or prepped out.
Slay.
I didn't realize I was gonna get so emo in the part with Will, where Will was like, "What if I have to make these hard decisions? What if there's no good decision and you have to make the least bad one?"
God.
It's good. Sorry, I have to stop recording. I got too excited.